The Aaron and Austin Show is brought to you by BarCode, Wichita by EB, Kirby's Beer Store, and Party Rockerz ICT.
For the
Aaron portion?
Aaron segment.
Yeah, we got to figure out a name.
Yeah,
for it.
kind of.
All
I'm
right,
thinking so.
here we are, sitting in for episode 49. We got Bryce.
Bryce Oxley.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So first and foremost, let's do a little housekeeping. We are very happy to announce that Kirby's has jumped on board to be a paid sponsor for the show. So shout out to Kirby's Beer Store. It's a big part of this. It's a big part of this town and has been for a really long time, and we're happy to have them on. So get out to Kirby's, check out a show.
Yep.
Don't be a chode. Drink at the code. Let's get out to the BarCode too. Another paid sponsor. So we appreciate you guys. we really appreciate you. And we're shooting for still. We haven't brought it up in a little bit. We're going to start making the push again here on Facebook.
We haven't brought it up, but we're pretty close.
Yeah, we're at 389. We're like 31 away. So this is episode 49. By 420 April 20th, we would like to get to 420 subscribers on YouTube. So help us out with that. Get over there and click the like button and subscribe button. And I know once you hit it and it goes, I need to sign in, and you go, I'm a dum-dum that doesn't have a YouTube account. Make a fucking account. How old are you? It's 2023.
YouTube's not going away.
Let the algorithm consume you.
The great thing is if you have a Gmail account, you have a Google account.
Yeah,
which means you have a YouTube account.
So it's like, I know you got people, I don't know what they want them to know. Do they know already? So just use it because they're going to give you the videos you like, especially the Aaron and Austin show.
It's like those conspiracy theorists thinking that, oh, man, they're tracking me. They're trying to track me.
And that same person got a phone in his pocket.
They bring out their phone.
He got a phone and an Apple Watch on.
Yeah.
Dude, they already know.
They know right where you're at. They know right what you're doing.
Just don't give them a reason to want to know.
See, here's how you really fuck them up is then you go on YouTube and learn how to pick out someone's lock screen. Like they do with magicians. Like, oh, look how you can pick out your lock screen. Do that in front of someone. I did that to a kid, 22-year-old kid at work the other day. He took a swing at me.
Really? You can cheat, figure out somebody's like whatever their passcode is or whatever? Really? That's fucking crazy.
I can't, but I know people who can.
Well, I mean, that's above my pay grade.
That would be a cool trick to know.
That's a little bit about my pay grade. That's like with the mentalism stuff. I don't fuck with that. That's way too smart for me.
So what do you do? What do you describe?
Hold on. Also, anybody else that wants to get with us on advertising, get with us as we roll into this graphic real quick.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Like I said, if you want to get with us on the graphic, we're still giving the same deal to venues and to artists as well. So don't forget about that, guys.
And if you would like your name to appear here, we accept shirts and stuff.
Yeah, we can't wait for a shirt.
I love shirts.
We can't wait for a fucking shirt.
Try to wear one every day.
Yeah, I got the BarCode one on because I actually got one for my big ass.
Nice.
But I can't tell you can't wash it one time because now if I lift my hands up, it's a fucking tube top.
Man,
is it really?
It's just how all t-shirts are, man. That's what it gets when you have this. I have a freakishly long torso. They don't really make fucking t-shirts for me.
Well, no, that's always been my issue with like guys who like sell merch locally is that they always just like, well, we just want our name on a shirt, and then they like, oh, this was a good deal, and then they,
yeah.
Yep.
It's hard when you're trying to make merch. You're trying to get the best profit you can, and it's hard to buy those really expensive shirts that don't fucking shrink up and stuff. Because that's the ones I got to buy when I buy shirts.
Are that long enough?
Well, I buy like Ralph Lauren and like double stitched, like Champion, like Nike. Like that gear don't shrink. Like that shit doesn't shrink at all. It tightens back up a little bit when you dry it and shit, but it don't.
And I love the
up.
Shit that has a T at the end of it, like it's tall.
Yeah,
that's the shit I dig.
Well, that's hard. I mean, it's hard to get tall shit anymore. Like there used to be some companies that always sold like 2X talls and 3X talls like you, but fuck, it's a hard one to get these days. But so anyway, my horrible shirt options aside,
Actually, you know, and I'm a snob about it, especially with merch. Like, we went to Periphery and Loathe and Under Oath a few nights ago.
I was a cotillion the other day.
Yeah. First of all, I love Periphery. That's
What
one
is
of
it?
my favorite
Go
bands.
ahead.
Band.
What kind of music are they?
Gent.
Okay, what is that?
It's like
Seven Dust kind of started the gent thing, I think,
Kind
or
of.
was one of the early ones.
sort.
Anyway.
Well, I was going to say I want Jonathan's help on this because if I like say this wrong out in the internet, oh my god,
Nobody watches this fucking show.
All right, so jazzy metal. How about that?
With lots of staccato.
Yeah.
Can I hear what the lead
things.
singer's saying?
Yes, actually, he does a lot of clean,
That goes a long
clean
way for me.
vocals, yes.
That goes a long way for me.
So it was one of my favorite bands. We got to go see them. I didn't get to stick around for Under Oath because I'm not 16 anymore. So
Are they not? What are they? Not gent?
no, they were like Christian metal back when.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that
heard
what
it. I've never
is
heard
that
of
what the Under Oath thing's about?
Yeah, they were like what most people would have considered like screamo back
Okay.
when we were kids.
Well,
I remember when it was
it's
all
always
heavy
weird.
metal, man.
It's
Like,
always weird when
it's-
even though I know every genre of music has like a religious, like there's areas of the genre
Yeah.
that are religious. It's always weird to me when a heavy metal band is.
No, it
religious, man.
is, and especially
it's
when
always
you're
really weird. And absolutely no hate to any religious heavy metal band because isn't like there was one that got pretty big. The POD, aren't they? Like
Oh,
a-
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
POD
no,
were.
they were.
yeah, weren't they kind of like a religious? But in Creed, even I think had some religious connotations too
and
as well. but-
even where there's like because like metalhead. So now you have like metal, and then you realize that there are like 33 fucking
Yeah.
subgenres of
That's
metal.
the part that trips me up.
Yeah.
it
Because
really
I don't
is.
hear all that shit.
I don't
But,
either.
yeah,
because
fucking hear-
there's
you
like
just
that,
hear-
well, we've been hearing
Yeah.
like because we've had groups on that have commented themselves as or typed themselves as
Certain
cross
type.
rock,
Yeah.
progressive
metal,
rock.
new
I'm
metal.
post-hardcore thrash.
And, and I try not to be a pompous ass about it, but it's like Jesus.
It's essentially the same.
Yeah.
But like that, and that's the fucked up thing is that's the only genre that has that. Like because you got hip hop. You already thought
Yeah.
of fucking 5 of them. Right? when I
I'm
said
I'm
that.
going to a hip hop
Yeah.
show in Kansas
Right.
City this weekend.
Yeah, you say heavy metal, like people like me, I'm just like, all right, so there's like Black Sabbath, there's Dio, and you're like, well, what about black metal? Well, there's Dimmu Borgir, there's Cradle of Filth, and they're like, no, how about like metalcore? I'm like, well, Kill Switch Engage, Lamb of God. Like it breaks down, and you're just like, fuck, why did I do this to myself? It could be all the same goddamn thing.
As long as the t-shirts don't change, I guess.
If I can understand the lyrics, it's heavy metal. If
it
if
is.
it's the like, that's Cookie Monster metal.
No, it is.
Right?
I used to be
Is
the
it
same
called?
way.
Is it
That's
called?
Cookie Monster.
Why is it called Cookie Monster?
Cookie. Yeah.
Okay, all right. That was a good
It's
explanation.
very apt.
It is.
Metal guys are not the smartest.
They,
They're cool.
I mean, god damn. And there's a
I
lot.
say that as a metal guy.
I know, right? I know, because
I love the metal community. Aside from what the people on this show tend to be protesting at the moment.
oh, dude, I try to stay off social media other than like that, but like I come across little tidbits like it every once in a while. Jesus.
We're just gonna start this episode over.
Yeah,
And
let's do that.
Omit all that shit.
Okay.
No, 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 no.
No, we're
We
good.
don't want to get blasted.
Dude,
No, we're good. We're good. The metal community knows where they're at, and
No.
I feel like those singers know they're just
And
like Cookie Monster.
I love the metal community.
no,
right?
I'm gonna totally use that Cookie Monster reference like any chance I get now. I love it.
but if anybody,
It's making me fucking
if
giggle like a
anybody,
motherfucker.
anybody, like I spent like fucking 15 years in the metal community. I recently like.
Were you a musician at one point?
Oh yeah,
Oh, were you Cookie Monster?
yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Nice.
So actually, no, I don't know. I did a bunch of shows when Jonathan was still playing too. You were with Dear Departed at the
Yeah.
time, right?
Yes, I was the singer and one of the guitarists.
And the best way I could explain what I was playing at the time was like Limp Bizkit on steroids. Just because I have a
So Hard Biscuit.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Does steroids give you boners? I thought it shrank your wiener.
Just call him hardtack.
But it was a band called Without Sacrifice, and I just have a really good ability to speak fast and be able to do that thing at the same time. So it turned into like a little rap thing. And I was just
that's
like,
cool.
oh, that's
Nice.
good, nifty.
So, what was the name of your projects?
It was Without Sacrifice. The recent one that I just got out of was Galdrar, and I believe they're still going around. So good for them. Happy for
Hell
them. Actually, I've been pretty much to myself.
Are you still trying to do some music and stuff? No.
And it's not to like anything like I found that doing like magic is a completely different kind of drug. You know what I mean?
As far as what you get from being on stage?
No, absolutely, and not even that. It's just like so. There's a lot of different like parallels to it. So like, biggest one is like, it's an ego with most musicians, and I hate to say that.
It's true, though.
But that's
Well,
true.
I feel like some of that's necessary and talent-wise, but I mean, not an asshole ego. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a
there
way
it
to
is.
have a good ego.
Yeah.
I feel like. I mean, we like to always say that someone having an ego is a negative thing, but if they have the wrong ego, 100%.
Well, and like as a frontman, I kind of want to see it confident,
A little bit.
a little cocky,
absolutely.
even, you know?
Absolutely.
Well, I like anybody who's confident in their talent if they are also talented. It's really annoying when they're, an asshat.
Yeah, if they have all the cockiness and zero fucking talent, then I'm out. You know what I mean? Like,
So we'll put this in the perspective. So I did a lot of vocals. I've played drums on stage. I've done bass player and like so. I ran the gamut. I will tell you how my version of it is that so you grow up as a rock star and you want people to kind of adore you, to look at you. You want that rock star fucking feeling like, yes, I'm God right now kind of thing. And that's the core of the ego, right?
So you think most anybody that in a band was kind of wanting that feeling a little bit?
That I
you
think
think?
to a certain extent.
What is your take on that?
so I mean, I think the attention is definitely part of it. It's definitely a drug, like you say.
Yeah.
But like, for me, I really just liked the live performance thing. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
and to me, like, I have to have a couple sips of whiskey to get on stage.
all right. I do
just to
that
get
too.
on
All right.
stage, like, because there's
So,
a nervous thing.
Maybe I should rephrase this then. So the get back is different. So whenever I get off, it's with magic. It's more of a, hey, we had this conversation together. It's more personal.
Definitely.
Like I can sit here.
Yeah, it's
and I
closer
can
to like
talk
stand up
to you.
as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's more
Like,
one-on-one, really, especially
Yeah.
like your brand of street magic is really like
Yeah,
one-on-one.
It's I tend to try to do things in your hands because I want that connection with the person, and I felt me personally, and I'm not saying all musicians, I felt very disconnected on a stage. And I didn't like that as a musician because it's always one of those things where, like, I got this job to do. I'm going to do this. As a magician, I can actually stop. I can sit there and I can have a conversation with you, or I can fuck around with Aaron if he, sits there and is like, well, I saw that in your hand. Well, yeah, you saw me, but, I'm going to show you something else, motherfucker, right? So there's an actual, like, connection there, and it's a personal thing that it becomes because you can sit there and you can tell stories with it
And
as well.
every performance is not the same.
No,
true.
no.
Yeah.
Every
And
once in
I
a-
try very hard to like make that a point. Is I don't ever want the same experience.
Well, I mean, just almost by the type of magic you do, you're going to be dealing with a different person every time you do it.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's one great variable to
Absolutely.
making it fresh and cool all the time. Is you never know what the fuck you're going to get out of the person you're dealing with.
No, absolutely. I have one that I do in very particular that has to do with voodoo, and I have gotten a different response from this trick more than anything else. Some people are just like, "Oh, that's bullshit." I've had people scream at me. I've had people
I don't know. When you start saying voodoo, I always like, man, should we fuck with that?
And
Should we fuck with that
that's-
magic?
Right.
And that's the precursor, right? That's absolutely the precursor is that, like, well, you say voodoo and you get a little scared. So, do you know anything about voodoo at all?
If you wanted to give me a test on it, I'd go 3 out of 10.
All right, so
Like
fair
the dolls, some
All right,
stabbing,
all right,
like
so-
some shit I've learned in movies.
So you know basic white.
I'll just say I haven't caught a documentary lately.
So
about voodoo.
you know basic white guy voodoo.
Yeah,
That's
just
cool. That's
regular.
all right.
Yeah, I don't know real shit. I'm
We
sure
love
there.
you. Voodoo
I'm
is
sure there's
super
some.
dirty.
Yeah, there's like chicken bones and there's island, shit that I have know nothing about. I'm sure.
Hundreds of different gods in voodoo, actually. Hundreds of different ones. Each one actually pertains to a different type of aspect of life that you're trying to get to. There are ones that are more aggressive, and those are the ones you usually hear about where people like stab themselves. And there are the nicer ones where you hear about them dancing and drinking and stuff like that.
So there's good voodoo gods.
Yeah,
as well
there's
as
good.
bad ones.
And and they don't consider them good or bad. They consider them aggressive. Like, there's like we have the whole thing back in the Greek days where there was like, Hades.
Where does the
So-
voodoo stuff stem from? Is it from Jamaica?
It's
Haitian.
actually it was actually made in the slave trade straight through Haiti and a lot of parts of South Africa, and it was in the early 16th century, I believe. And then
Damn, this guy knows some shit about voodoo.
yeah, because I've had to recite this shit on stage before.
Yeah, he had to look it up to know what to say.
Because
Yeah.
but I didn't mean
No,
to
you're fine.
kill that. So what really everybody wants to know is because the American voodoo is the one everybody is curious about, because that's an amalgamation of all the gods put together, and they put all of it into one, like,
Easy to digest thing for us.
kind of. And those are the ones that actually get scary, because then they do the dolls and shit like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just scary to me that someone would make a doll that looks like you. It's like you've already went too far.
Oh yeah.
Spent a lot of time making this doll that
But it's not
take
even-
a picture of me. Or
I used all your shower drain hair and I made this doll.
It's like
So
It's
here's
like, Jesus, what'd you get in my house? It's like, fuck, man.
so here's the great part is
I don't even
like,
care if you stab the thing now. I'm already just creeped out that you made the fucking thing.
So here's the great part. It doesn't even have to deal with the doll. Or like Marie Laveau, which is probably the most famous name you'll ever hear.
I feel like I've heard of that in the folklore.
1700s. The voodoo queen, she actually put out some whole, ideas that, it's not even just a doll. It's just personal interaction with somebody where you can affect them in that way.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Like, actually, here, we'll show you something really quick. Throw out your hands real quick, like this. All right, sir. Are you, Jesus Christ, you got big ass fucking hands, dude. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
All right, so I want you to take your right hand, just put it on the table, keep it away. I want you to take your left hand, I want you to close it and put it against your chest. Don't let me get to it. So I'm not going to touch you at all for this, all right?
All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make a voodoo doll, all right? We'll make him a little thicker than normal. How about
Yeah,
that?
we need little guys over here.
Little arms, right? Big old head. You got your hair pulled back like Steven Seagal, so we'll go with that.
He
right?
wishes. He wishes.
So here's our Aaron voodoo doll, right?
There we go.
So we can't smoke in here, but if you actually know anything about like voodooism, a lot of it has to do
Or
with
me.
tobacco. Or yeah, right.
Or me.
So tobacco, whiskey,
allegedly.
we're halfway there. All right. So we're gonna pretend that this is a cigarette. Have you ever smoked cigarettes in your life?
Never,
Austin?
not once.
Are you serious?
Swear to God.
How old are you?
39.
You fucking lucky bastard.
Not a drag, too. It's one
fuck-
pedestal I get to stand on.
Fucking that is.
I
dope.
have smoked cigars, though, so I'm not like super clean, but
All
I've
right, so-
never smoked an actual cigarette. in my
All right,
entire
so
life.
we'll actually do a cigar. Cigar is actually applicable in this situation. So cigar here. This is our cigar, right? So you know the sensation of a lit cigar held in your hand. You know that there's heat coming off of it. You know that there's smoke coming off of it. You know the weight. You know everything like that. Keeping that in your head, I want you to sit there and I want you to picture it. And I want you to imagine that this is a lit cigar. You can see the smoke rising up off of it, and you can hear the sizzle as I touch it to my hand. Now, this is not my hand I'm touching it to, because this is your voodoo doll's hand, your left hand on the voodoo doll. So I want you to actually start to picture that sensation of a cigar going into your palm, right?
I don't like that.
No, you don't like it, right? Right? So now here's the fucked up part. Right now, so here's the fucked up part. So you're just like, I don't like that part, right? So if I actually took that cigar and I put it on my hand at any point in time, or your hand, there's going to be one of two outcomes. There's going to be a burn, and then there is going to be an ash mark. So using our imagination, cigar, it touched your hand. So I want you to pull out your hand right in front of this camera right here, and one by one, open up your hand.
Shit.
To the camera.
It's fucking crazy, bro.
And big enough to be a cigar.
yeah. it
And big
is.
enough to be a cigar.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
He started off saying cigarette, but that's big enough to be a cigar.
It is. Well, I got burnt by a cigar. You can tell. It's right there.
Yeah.
There's evidence.
See?
That was fucking cool.
So like.
Okay, now let's tell everybody how you did it.
Go to www.vanishingink.com.
That's
Search
fucking awesome.
Actually, that is an shit.
He just voodoo burned me. Now I feel like we have this weird brotherhood connection.
Sancho.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's actually really that's the great part about Magic nowadays is that it is more accessible now than it ever has been in your life. So
Well, it's more fun now. Like it didn't used to be as fun.
oh yeah,
Like it used to be kind of like
stiff.
almost kind of distant. Like you were saying, like how you felt while you were doing music. It was like they were off on the stage, weren't really including the audience a whole lot. They're just up here, like doing some shit.
Yeah.
And like now, the stuff that you guys are doing now, like shit like this, is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like that's way more fun.
It makes you a part of everything.
Yeah.
and that's the best part about it. Like, and that's what I like. Anyway.
So what made you transition from being a Cookie Monster into to doing like magic? Like where did like the love of magic start? Like obviously you've always wanted to be a performer, so you've always had that. Like you got that in your back pocket. You got you're a good voice. You're comfortable on stage, and you're a good performer. So it's always just kind of seem like whatever you were going to find that you were most passionate about, you're going to be able to perform it. So when did it change from the Cookie Monster to making cool ass fucking magic?
All right, so simultaneously, actually, my parents big hippies. I grew up listening to like Deep Purple and fucking
Nice.
shit. Dad was super into alternative stuff. I heard a lot of Doors. My mom, my dad took me to 9 Inch Nails on my 21st birthday.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
What a cool dad.
Yeah. So
9 Inch Nails is the shit, man.
Yeah,
One of my favorite bands.
So I love that, and ironically also, and I'll give shout out to the old Irish fuck for this one. He introduced me to my first magician also, and not like personally, but we were watching Comedy Central, and you can look this video up on YouTube, and I very much suggest you do it.
We can, if you give us a link, we'll put it down in the description.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Lounge Lizard special for the Amazing Johnathan.
Oh, Amazing Johnathan is
yeah.
one of my favorite ever.
Dude, he's
His
amazing.
Immediately, dude.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, when I saw, like I'm sure that you kind of had this moment too, and I hope I'm not stealing your story a little bit, but like when I saw that, it just put comedy in a whole different realm for me.
Yeah.
No,
like it put comedy
absolutely.
and Matt and being a magician in a whole different way. I was like, wow, this is a whole different way to do this.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And I was just the pencil trick that he did just start. Yeah. I mean, in the way that was such a stupid trick that every kid tried to do when they were a kid. I knew that trick.
Yeah.
Like you would, and it would go, and it would, and it would go to your. I mean, it was a cool trick, and like he did it so aggressively funny. Like it went in such a different way.
Well, he sold everything with that comedy.
Yeah,
It was
man.
just excellent.
He was just intense, and he was up there sweating. He's probably
Well, that was the cocaine.
It was
absolutely
I'm pretty
was.
sure that was.
Well, I mean, he was,
Absolutely was.
9 lines deep before he got on stage.
Oh,
And
fuck, yeah.
I mean, he was a madman. He was almost like the Sam Kinison of magician.
Oh, totally great.
No,
reference.
absolutely.
That's a great reference there, man.
Like,
Yeah.
so I that's what kind of like, when I saw that, I was just blown away. And I think a lot of magicians, he probably inspired a lot of you guys.
Oh, no. He was definitely a big inspiration for me because I didn't know that you could be, I grew up with horror movies, so I didn't know you could be that dirty and be a fucking magician at the same time. Like my favorite joke I've actually used in one of my shows every once in a while is I'll do a trick where I have whiskey and I'll like chase it, and I'll go over and I'll grab this bottle of Windex and I'll start chugging the Windex.
Yeah.
And everybody's just like starts looking at me, and it was like I get naked whenever I drink whiskey. This keeps me from streaking. Right? Obviously, it's not Windex. I put blue Curacao in there.
Yeah. Or blue.
Some Kool-Aid.
Yeah. That's been a couple of people's trick. I can't remember our drink that drank out of Windex things before.
Oh, that is the very first time I saw it, and I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, I think he was the first one to do it. So I think he was the first one to pull that off.
Oh, dude, I steal shit from Amazing Johnathan all the time.
Well, if you're gonna steal something from somebody, man, that's a good source.
You know what? That's the great part about magic is so you can take a trick because everything's been done. Unless you come up with something completely new, completely mind-blowing that's yours. I mean, for the most part, everything's been done as magic. So the only thing is doing variations of said trick. So trying something old.
Yeah, different angle.
Something new, whatever like that. So That's the great part is that you can take someone's old shit like Harry Blackstone from way back in the 30s.
Oh,
and
shit.
like, you know.
I had the Blackstone Magic set.
Oh, dude.
Well, that struck a chord for you.
Yeah, I know exactly what we're talking about.
What did the Blackstone magic? I've never heard of this magician.
All right, so there's two of them. All right, so there's Harry Blackstone and there's their son Harry Blackstone Jr. So for you, you're a sports fan, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so I love Harry Blackstone Jr., but there is a video also I will have to link to you of him performing at a halftime for like the Rose Bowl or Peach Bowl or something like that. One of the college bowls back
Like in football, he's out on on the fucking
yeah.
Wow.
During halftime,
That's
and it's this
100,000 fucking
big
people.
production and everything, and it is an absolute fucking train wreck.
Oh, really?
It is the worst thing
Yeah.
I've ever seen in my life, and I love this man because
Well, just-
he's actually a purveyor of a lot of great tricks. But you watch this, and he has like, shit. So there's like this box, and then he like wheels this girl into the box, and this box is fucking huge, by the way.
Yeah.
So he puts the girl in the box in like 15, 20 good fucking whole seconds. And I guarantee anybody can do this in 20 seconds. And if you can't do it in 20 seconds, you're a little too slow. So he takes the box away after like good half a minute, and then out walks this horse. And not a real horse. It is the girl who had put on a horse costume and is now in all fours and then crawling
Oh,
away.
my God.
Oh, God.
And that is his, oh, look at what I did.
That's his grand finale
yeah.
there?
And we're like, no, that was just the start.
Oh.
So he goes through a bunch of like faux pas like this. Like there's boxes with girls hidden in them that are filled with fucking balloons, and they light them up with pyrotechnics, and these balloons have helium in them. So you
So
just
these aren't
start
even
pop, pop,
they're
pop,
not
pop.
even great tricks from the fucking
No,
from back
no. It's fucking awful. Gets up to like one of the grand finale stage. He has some girl passes him off like a rabbit and some silks, and she straight up drops the fucking rabbit outside of the silks.
No
You
way.
See this poor animal just like, and he's like, oh, look at this. There's a rabbit. I found it. And then the fucking thing. And I was just like, dude, that's so bad.
So we're talking like Spinal Tap for magicians.
Oh, dude, it was bad.
What's funny is I'm realizing that a new genre of bomb that I didn't realize before, that the magician bomb.
Oh, dude, no, it's bad.
When magic goes wrong, it's bad.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here going, like while he's telling the story, I'm thinking of just all of the upcoming magicians.
Well,
just bombed.
but potentially you didn't just ruin your own performance, but you might have just given away the secret to that
all
trick
sorts of shit.
to everybody. Everybody in that audience now will
also-
never see that trick the same.
Oh, that's so rough.
Yeah.
What is even worse is that, like at the very end, his finale was producing like the prom queen or the bowl queen or whatever out of like,
Whoa,
shit.
That guy's
Hey,
cool.
that means we got Wichita in the background.
That
baby.
guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, we got. Was that a motorcycle? Probably.
Oh yeah,
No,
he's
that-
way down there.
Oh
now.
no, I see him now. Okay.
Yeah, well, be
I,
safe out there, buddy.
I saw the motorcycle and then I saw the Charger and I was like, Charger, the guy, that's the one with the small dick. Fucking buy a Camaro like a fucking adult.
So, man,
but, yeah, no,
comedian
at the very-
bombs,
at the very end of his show-
magician bombs.
He's producing like the Rose Bowl Queen, and it's like an obvious like box trick. So what a box trick is without
Sounds like there's a lot of box tricks in this fucking act.
so like an actual true box trick. Those are the ones where you see like on big Vegas stages where they put the girl in the box and then she shows up fucking somewhere else, right?
Yeah, or they cut her or move
Yeah,
her
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Million different ways to do this. Like obvious one that everybody thinks of, trapdoor underneath. This happened to be a trapdoor underneath because he's sitting on a fucking float in the middle of a fucking football field. So this girl who is wearing a huge prom dress is trying to squeeze through a hole the size of a fucking watermelon to get into this thing.
It
to
sounds like
just
they didn't,
appear.
they didn't rehearse the show.
Yeah.
They
And
don't
even
have
worse,
to,
they
they're
got
Blackstones.
backlights on it, so you can see her crawling through the hole in the box as
Oh
it's
my God,
happening.
no.
And she's getting out, and she just looks at him and she's like, "You fucking asshole," and just walks out. He's just sitting there being Harry Blackstone Jr. And it was like, it's the most amazing.
Trying to distract everyone.
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the Blackstones, they were like big, ornate sets, like because it was all the
Direction.
misdirection.
yeah.
You know, so if I build this really cool set, you're checking out the set the whole time. Anyway. It's like,
His
Yeah.
father, the original Harry Blackstone, he was more vaudevillian.
Real nice suits.
Magician. Yeah, yeah.
I
He-
like. I mean, I like a nice suit. Ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
he, the so to speak giants that we stand on the shoulders.
It was kind of
Right.
they were the pioneers of the industry kind of thing.
Oh yeah, because like he was back in the time of like Harry Blackstone. There is the Great Lafayette. Got a really cool story for you about that one. Actually, you'll love this. Like Houdini was around the same time. Stuff.
Yeah, that's who I
so,
go to first. That's who I think of first. He was more of like an escape artist, though, really, or did he
Yeah.
do? Because when I picture Houdini, he did a lot of like straitjacket shit.
He did a
stuff.
lot of stuff actually.
Really?
He was a complicated.
Did he do
fucking
that like
guy.
catching bullet, the catching bullet
Complicated,
thing?
yes.
It was-
I don't think he was the very first one to do that, but,
Took a
there
little
were
bit of
pe-
that,
but he did a version of a bullet catch. I started doing a version of the bullet catch recently, and I use a Nerf gun for mine.
I
So
bet.
I know.
That sounds like you lived through
That
that.
sounds even better.
I know, dude. It's what I'm going to get famous on. I swear to God, it's just
The Nerf gun bullet
the Nerf
catch.
gun bullet catch. And I don't want to be a clown, but that's where you got to go. So, tell the story. So, since I brought it up, so one of my favorite things ever, and these were like my talking points because I knew they were interesting to lay people. So, the Great Lafayette, he's one of the oldest magicians. He was actually one of Houdini's best friends. All right. So, Houdini loved the Great Lafayette so much, and this is what I like to call tragic magic. All right.
There's a sad story.
I like that. Though.
It is. It's a sad story. Joshua J knows a lot of it. And I actually got one of these stories from him. So Great Lafayette was a good friend of Houdini. Houdini liked him so much that he gave him a little dog. I can't remember the name of the dog, but Lafayette loved this fucking dog, and he took him everywhere he went. He took him to stage shows, and Lafayette was a big stage magician. He brought around horses, and he had lions and tigers and shit like that.
Nice.
So he's up on this stage one night, and he's doing this tiger switch to where the tiger turns into a person, and then vice versa or whatever. So in these old theaters, they didn't really have lights. Obviously, they had lanterns.
Yeah, those old
like
theaters
that.
are dark
So-
as
Candles
fuck.
with a
And
reflector.
those things look like a fucking fire hazard. I feel like
They were.
I can't
They
believe
were.
those things just didn't go up
Yeah.
and fucking.
A lot of
flames.
theaters did.
Foreboding.
Oh shit!
So here we go.
Oh shit! I tragically walked on the punchline here.
No. No, it gets way weirder.
Tragic magic there, buddy.
Way weirder than just a fire. So obviously lanterns go up. So this guy's doing his trick. These curtains on the side kind of catch on the fire, and everybody else is enamored by it because fucking magic was a shit back then.
And
right?
so maybe they're thinking this is part of the show.
yes, exactly.
This would be hard to.
They all stayed.
Here's
Exactly.
another
So they're all
watch
sitting
it.
there like, well, that's fucking good. That's awesome.
That
right?
looks like real fire. It's
Right?
even
That looks
hotter in
like
here
real
now.
fire.
Yeah.
So backstage hand cuts to what they had fire curtains, right? Back then, you cut off everything, can't go so far. But what he didn't know is that a couple of doors burst open, let it open a big gust of wind, everything
Went up
popped.
now.
That's
it
called
just-
a backdraft.
Here-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's
Kurt Russell.
Here's a ton of oxygen for this fire. That should help it.
Yeah. We should feed this motherfucker.
But it was not too. And if I get any part of the
So
story
many loose
wrong,
paper you got on there too.
if I get any part of this story wrong,
Yeah, it's bro science. We're having some whiskeys. Fuck off if we didn't get it completely.
It's close. It's
like
close.
drunk history right there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
close.
All right, so big fire happens. Everybody starts freaking out, and honest to God, no patron, no actual spectator was hurt. Everybody got out safe.
Oh, that's lucky.
So here's the fucked up part.
Oh, okay. Here we go now.
So Lafayette was one of those really paranoid magicians back in the day. You ever watch Prestige or the
yeah,
Business
of
course.
and stuff like that?
yeah,
Those guys were
Prestige is a
super,
great movie.
Prestige.
Great
super
movie.
It is.
protective of their secrets, incredibly protective. So Lafayette would do something illegal at every single fucking venue he went to. Is he would lock the crew doors in the back, all the exit doors, so no one could get in the back, and his crew couldn't get in and out.
Oh,
to
shit.
tell
That's perfect
secrets,
during a
right?
fire.
Exactly.
Great.
So his whole crew fucking dies.
Oh god.
Most of his animals fucking die, and not only do most of his animals,
I bet the
die,
animals get reported on more than the fucking crew members.
It wasn't even like that, dude. It was awful. Like there was reports of people who said that they saw his horse running through, and his fucking mane was on fire. The lion was on fire. You could, it was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
awful.
That's some
This
shit
whole
burned
place
into your
goes down.
memory.
Yeah.
Right. So Lafayette
Caged wild animals on fire.
Yeah. Nightmare material.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
no,
right,
no,
no,
no.
right. So Lafayette supposedly gets out, right? So he's out and he's like watching all this chaos. He's like people and the fucking things burning down. And he's like, shit, the dog Houdini gave me. And he runs back in to go get his fucking dog. Never comes back out. All right. So they bury Lafayette. They find his dog also, actually not too far away from him. They bury him with his dog. So back then, takes a long time to sift through fucking ash and
Yeah, this
rubble and
big
shit.
ass
They're still
theater.
pulling fucking bodies from his crew out.
Right.
And one guy comes across this little door on the stage, right? So he opens up the door, and there's a fucking corpse inside this little steel box underneath the stage. And it's not burnt up. It died of fucking smoke asphyxiation or heat exhaustion
Yeah,
or
just
some shit.
lack of oxygen. That fire stole all the oxygen.
Probably so.
I mean, for the most part,
Asphyxiation.
asphyxiation. Yeah, that's probably what happened.
There's a body of the Great Lafayette sitting in that box. So they're like, what the fuck? So they pulled him out. They exhumed the other body, find out that the body that they had buried, that they originally, the guy who went to run for the dog,
Wasn't him,
was his body double.
and he had, and
Oh,
that's something he
no.
had at every
Yeah.
show that they didn't account
He was,
for.
he was one of those
Right,
guys who
right.
had some guy who
Yeah.
would dress up exactly like him.
So he
would
could
do
move
like-
across the crowd and shit,
Yeah,
to do some
exact-
weird shit, show up in the back of the crowd. All that shit.
Exactly.
Well, like in the Prestige.
Yeah. So they
Spoiler, spoiler alert.
God, what was that movie made in '98? Fuck
They
off.
don't like fucking if you haven't seen it yet.
If
We
you
already
ain't seen
talked
it now,
about it.
you don't want to. It's like,
Yeah, come on.
It's a
Check out the
fantastic
Prestige,
movie,
and here's the ending.
So they find this fucking poor sap in the box who's been dead for weeks and weeks and rotted. And they exhume this other body who's not even some guy. They just like put him in a nameless fucking grave,
Oh my
sadly,
God.
or some shit like that. And then they
Well, that guy
rebury-
had some money for them to like
And then they
exhume the body and rebury him.
And then they reburied
too.
Lafayette with his dog. And then, shit you not, at his second funeral,
his second funeral. Yeah.
Houdini's sitting there. He's like,
The dog comes running in.
no. And that would be fucked. Oh God, that would.
Ultimate magic trick.
That's when I would pop out of the coffin and be like, "Ah!" So Harry Houdini's sitting at his second his second funeral. He's like, bastard fooled us in life. He's fooled us in death again too. So,
Yeah, wow.
so yeah, that's one of my favorite like tragic magic stories.
That's a fucking cool. That would be a cool book to write.
No, absolutely.
Like a tragic magic, like all of the, because like the old school flops in magic back in the day when no one gave a shit about animals and like people.
Oh, right.
Like when you could have like, and not to be hateful or anything, but when you could have like short people in your thing and no one gave a fuck. Like you could literally, your crew was kind of like you own the crew, and it was like a circus. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted.
Well, you know what's really
Like there's probably some really fucked up stories.
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
you know what's really fucked up is like they still happen every once in a while. Like the accidents in like magic. Like what was it? About 3 years ago, a guy, and poor fucking man, and I feel so bad for him. That's why I don't do this. Is did the whole sawing a girl in half trick, and accidentally really sawed
her
his
in
wife
half.
in half.
Oh my God.
Killed her.
Killed her.
Oh God. He
Fucking
killed his
went
own
all the
wife.
way through her because he
Why
thought.
did she not pull? Because don't they usually pull?
So
up?
it's like pull up her
Fake
body,
feet,
and
fake
there was
thing.
something wrong with the box that she was in, and she
Why,
didn't get all the way up.
why doesn't the blade instantly touch you once and you go, hey, fuck
She
this?
did. She did.
And
There's
he-
a video. There was a video. She's screaming her eyes off, but the fucking like the crowd is screaming at him. There's like fucking
can't really hear
lights,
her?
and he can't hear. And
Oh,
all he's
God.
sitting there thinking is like, this is a little tougher than fucking normal.
Wouldn't there be blood on it? You
Dude,
think?
you would think, but like, so those.
So
I don't want to give too much
away.
away, but those boxes are designed a certain way. There's a lot of room inside them, actually.
Yeah, there is. They're bigger than you think. They're deeper than you think.
So
for sure.
those because you normally
Jesus.
see the guys put the little
So the-
blades in there too that
So
stops
the-
them and separates them. Yeah.
So
that
let's say
stops a lot.
the root of this story and the moral is don't pick someone you love.
Yeah.
It was his
fucking wife.
Do not use your
arch enemy will
Don't
be
u-
my
yeah. Don't
servant.
use your wife, your kids, your favorite
Dude.
friend. Let's just use some random girl. You
Yeah.
know, use someone that you know. Just there's a lot of Karens and Mollys out there that we can use for these tricks.
Tammy's.
There's real,
There's a lot of girls for these tricks that you let your wife handle the merch.
oh god, real famous ones is the little the hand on the spike thing. Those are my favorites because you can,
Oh,
find,
yeah,
you can
yeah.
find those all over YouTube.
What is? Explain this to me a little bit. I'm a little.
It's
So-
like a knife in a bag.
Yeah, so you get
Oh,
like
thing,
3 bags, 4 bags, depends on how many the magician wants to use, and then there's like an 8-inch spike in one of the bags, and they'll slam their hands down.
Oh
on it by
no!
through
I don't
them,
even
like-
want to know
And
any
then
of that.
it's basically Russian.
So
roulette.
they fuck up and hit it every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
God, my fucking hand hurts.
Well, you know, so here's
It's that cigar burn. you
Oh,
got.
it's this one.
Voodoo doll.
This is-
fuck. I'm keeping. So here's a rule that I
Will you sign this when you leave?
no no. So there's a rule that a lot of magicians have. Actually, it's very prevalent with Penn and Teller and a lot of like
My
professional
favorites.
ones. Do
Yeah, I love
not.
them.
They are my favorites.
Do not put your spectator in fucking danger. If you are not sure, 100% sure that they are in no danger whatsoever,
Don't do it.
exactly.
Well,
Simple
why not?
fucking rule.
So why not? I mean, I
Because-
feel like that's something we should, use in all performances.
But that's
Make everybody
that's the
sign a
thing.
waiver at the door.
Fuck that
But
shit.
it's
Talk
way
about
more.
Gallagher
all right.
danger.
So this is
Yeah, I'll wear some watermelons. I'm not trying to put my hand on a spike though.
so this is the Alfred Hitchcock thing. Alfred Hitchcock never showed anybody dying in Psycho.
He didn't show
No,
anything
he
in
didn't.
any.
He didn't.
Go back and watch any of those movies. Did he show anything? I felt like he didn't even see a movie.
But you made it all. But you made it all up in your fucking head. That was
And
10
that-
times.
And it
That's
was,
what made it-
it
that's what
was
made it the
kind
thing.
of, it
Yeah.
was kind of a cool concept. But if you go back and watch those movies, and I have, and it's like there's not much there.
No.
Like, they didn't
No.
really film much.
No.
Like even the
But
Birds
they-
movie,
but
like
they-
it's like that attic and there's
Yeah.
a couple
But it
areas out in the street, and
fucking
that's it.
stuck with people.
They
Yeah.
did. Well, honestly, they still are kind of creepy. They're still fucking creepy ass movies.
Vertigo, Birds, man, all of them were fucking
Birds is
creepy.
fucking weird. There's a lot of people that like I don't know if have you guys ever met a human being that like birds actively attack?
I don't like birds.
Not actively. No.
Well, like my mom gets like swooped on by birds, like especially
Really?
yeah, especially like kites. Do you know those
Yeah, I
birds?
know what you're talking about.
Those birds are really aggressive, and they like at
Why do they zero out your mom?
I
That's
don't
fucking
know.
super weird.
Okay, well, it used to happen to her all the time at my baseball games. Because like at baseball, there's always trees around the baseball parks, and they would literally. She's like been attacked multiple times by kites.
Does
And
she
now-
eat a lot of eggs?
I don't know. I think she's. I don't know. Like usually, like there's that weird thing. Like if dogs don't like you, like you're kind of a weird person. But like,
Oh no!
what
absolutely.
happens?
Like,
Like,
people walk in my house, my dogs don't like them. You get the fuck out.
I trust the dog more than I trust
I
you.
yeah,
really
well,
do.
the dogs live there. You know,
Yeah,
they get the
motherfuckers.
vibe and shit. But
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so what do you do? What do you think when like birds don't like you? That's kind of a weird one. Like, what kind of vibe are you putting out? in the
Yeah,
atmosphere?
dude. Are you carrying around birds?
So we have kites that live above our and in the big tree above our pool in the backyard, and they still kind of fuck with her,
really?
I feel. So,
but not as bad. as
There's
it used
something
to
your mom's not telling you, bro.
be. Yeah,
There's
right?
something like that.
She's out there like fucking
hidden
taking
shit.
shots at him or something.
Bro, yeah.
so what happens?
It always made me laugh.
So what happens if the birds like you?
I don't know. How do you know if they do?
Like
So
that chick in
they
Home
shit
Alone.
less-
Does that leave you alone?
They shit less on like the things you like at your house.
Side story. So we went to Tanganyika and did the whole like swim with the penguins thing.
Oh, I didn't know there was like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Oh,
there was that
yeah.
option.
It
How
is-
is that? Is
it
that
is
awesome?
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
There was a
saying.
Can you
bucket list and a half.
Dude,
Did
I
you
would
get the
totally
skinny
do that.
dip with them, or do you got to wear?
No, you have to
swimsuit?
wear a wetsuit.
You don't want to skinny
It's a
dip with
wetsuit.
penguins, bro.
Well, are they a little pinchy?
Well, I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah. I know. Here's the fucking thing. Is a lady told us like, and she was just like looks me up and down, and she's like, "You'll be fun," and I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
They don't like beards.
She no. So penguins obviously don't have hands. Their feet can't really do much. So to check shit out, they use their mouths, right?
Yeah, they got that beak, man.
Yeah,
they got a
yeah.
hell of a beak on them.
Yeah. So they think tattoos are dirt. So they'll just sit there and they'll fucking peck at you, trying to get.
Is
the
that what
dirt
she
up.
meant? She was talking about your tattoos?
Yeah, she was like,
Okay.
they're gonna like you.
Oh, really?
So I had like fucking 10 penguins just coming around, like pecking at my arms.
fucking,
randomly.
like,
well, it didn't
bam.
really hurt. It
Oh,
was
it does. It's like
Oh, okay,
exploratory.
okay.
It's just
They're,
like a little.
they're not biting, they're nudging.
yeah, it's kind of like a little.
It's like a lick, really.
It's like
It's
a
more of
like
like
a
a-
3-year-old that tried to pinch you.
I don't know. I might slap
It's
one.
like
Yeah, I still might
there's
dot one.
Yeah, I might backhand. I mean, I would just
But
like
they-
to say I backhanded a penguin.
I mean, that would be
Yeah.
cool.
I
But
will
at the
say-
same time, you could totally tell when.
No penguins were harmed in the filming of this show.
But we're. but
Not yet.
Yeah, bring one in
Yeah.
here though, and they start talking shit.
But no, the weird part is you're in there and you can totally tell like they're flirting with you or some
Right.
shit. Like the females will come up and they'll fucking come up and like flap around you.
They pull
and,
their pants down a little bit, show their thong.
Fuck yes.
Damn,
It looks like
these
that-
bitches got game.
No,
So-
like one of them ends up looking like Danny DeVito from Batman Returns.
So I got a
What
trick.
a good movie.
I got a trick I use at Tanganyika. Okay, so on Lemur.
So you've been in the penguin. You've been in the penguin soup.
Not,
huh?
not in the penguin soup, but Lemur Island. Okay, Lemur Island is one of my favorite spots. Okay, like,
It really
Oh, dude,
is.
I've heard
It really
that.
is. I bring my own strawberries. Fuck them.
the lemurs are dope. Well, they're craisins. They're craisins, right?
Yeah.
And so I got a couple tricks there. I'll tear them craisins up in half.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'll like kind of palm it, like hold it like that, so the lemur's got to like
work for it.
Pry my fingers apart and shit.
They're cool little fuckers, man.
They're awesome, and they're wicked smart.
Yeah, they always remind me of the lemur god from like what is that?
Madagascar.
Yeah, from Madagascar.
Yeah.
I love that fucking crazy fuck.
Move it.
I just love that he's such a fucking asshat. Like he is so like
Sacha Baron Cohen, of course. That's like the best fucking thing.
Yeah, I knew that he was the one that did the vocals for that. Where are we at, John? Time wise, should we take a break?
30.
You guys want to take a break? Yeah, take a quick. Well, here we are back. You're still recording, right? So we're good. We can just run. We can just run. He can since he's such the producer now. He'll cut all that together perfectly.
Yeah. He'll edit it.
Got that. Yeah. I am loving. Welcome back. Well, I am loving mid podcast smoke break. So
yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta have a little tobacco and a little.
That's right. It's important. It goes with the whiskey well. Allegedly, or the apple juice.
Well, actually, I do. I dig this. What is this called again?
This is Jay Rieger.
Okay, I like this.
Give them a little bit of a shout out because aren't they kind of close to local?
Well, they're Kansas City.
And me and you, guess what? I'll be in Kansas City this weekend.
And this is probably my favorite whiskey right now. Yeah. This is a pre-prohibition recipe.
I will say that it's 10 times better than Jameson.
No, 100%.
What is a bottle of that running?
This is about $37.
So $10 more than Jameson?
Yeah, about right.
All right, that ain't bad.
I
got your first drink at
I was gonna say my shit. I'm a whiskey snob. Is I'll fucking try
Same.
Same. So we are. If you get a chance, go back and watch our last show. Yeah. I know you pick and choose, but the last show was highly featured old fashions. We had some old fashions made for us.
Erin,
a couple of she made them a couple different ways. Show. So I'm really looking forward to that coming up. We're going to have a lot of content, including her and the girls from over there at Munchpotamus. So
we were over it.
I was going to say I know Erin, like her. She brought my girlfriend food when she was sick. She actually she's such a sweetheart.
What
a sweetheart.
They're amazing.
They all are. All the girls that are involved in that, and the guys too. There's some guys that Jesse's. What's Jesse? Shout out to
Jesse Ellis.
Jesse Ellis. I didn't want to fuck up his last name. I've known Jesse a while.
We actually run into him last night.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Shout out to him at the Shamrock. I always get too drunk on Mondays at the Shamrock. I need to quit doing that. But that's another story. So, but he had beer, cheese, mac and cheese last night, which was fucking pretty solid. And he had cornbread with it, and
a Trace late cheese cake.
Oh, is that? I didn't have that.
I didn't have that one either, but he said it was fire.
I was gonna say, actually, this is the first real drink I've had in probably 8 months.
So we got you back on the wagon.
Great. So now
the Aaron and Austin show will fucking relight your addictions like you wouldn't believe. Come on in. If you're trying to escape heroin, we'll get you back on the wagon.
Weren't we trying to call this the AA meeting at some point?
Right?
I never.
If you've kicked that liquor habit and are feeling great, come on into the podcast. We'll get you a shot. Why not start the spiral all over again?
Here's to you, buddy. Here's to you.
It's all about the recovery.
Sorry, about
it's all about the journey.
I didn't have an issue or anything. I don't drink a lot anymore. So
you succumb to the peer pressure.
I'm inherently Irish, and I was just like, oh, whiskey.
Yeah.
So we hit the vein. So if we were in here drinking vodka, you'd be like, yeah, I'm probably good.
Yeah, no, 100%. I would have been like, no, fuck off.
Yeah, nice. Don't let him lie to you. He had a shot of Rumble Mints. So
I did because I thought it's customary.
No, you did. You had to do it.
It is customary.
It didn't work for my jug, but he was pressured. He was definitely pressured into that one.
But we have a list of the people that don't drink.
So I had a couple nerdy magician questions I wanted to ask before.
All right, yeah.
As a magician, how often are you looking out for? I'll give you kind of a two-parter and let you roll with it. Like how much often are you like looking out to learn new tricks and trying to add tricks to your set? And how often do you, or what is the process? Have you ever tried to invent a trick out of thin air? Like just try something completely original? Is there
That's where the money is, I think. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds hard as fuck. First, you'd have to have a concept, and then you'd have to be able to
do something totally new.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot even imagine trying to just, to me, magicians and musicians are just to create something out of thin air has always been cool to me. Yeah. Talking and making jokes, I think, seems like it comes easy to me. But like people that can make tricks and music out of thin air have always, definitely, I've been jealous of that. So go ahead about your process a little bit.
All right, so 100% always looking for something new. I'm always so there's some sites, like if you're ever into magic, I'll have Aaron and Austin post the sites here. There are sites you can go to that.
It's kind of like a community. You can find your like magician community type of thing.
There's stores also. All right, so
here in Wichita.
Here we go.
All right, here's a big Wichita connection.
All right, so
you guys playing something here?
No, this is a thing.
So
Nobody
it really
knows
is
about.
the thing. So all right, so there are magic stores, there are places you can go online, whatever, and there are brick and mortars still. There are still brick and mortars. There is a brick and mortar store here in Wichita, Kansas.
I've heard a lot about
A very famous one.
Stevens Magic Emporium.
And where is that?
It is
It's on
here,
Douglas.
Douglas and Hillside.
So let's give them a shout out. What are they called?
Stevens Magic Emporium.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, dude, I
You
know.
just like socked your glass.
I couldn't get that out of either camera. It's in shot both times.
Oh,
Sorry.
wait.
That was so weird.
So-
like you just left,
Well,
gave it a left,
dude,
a straight jab.
It was like right behind my microphone, and I couldn't
didn't
see it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
So Stevens Magic Emporium, basically you go to the website, which is basically www.stevensmagicemporium.com, here in Wichita, Kansas, and there's a little brick and mortar, and you can actually walk in and everything.
It's a pretty cool spot.
No,
I gotta go check it out.
100%. I mean, it's very, you know.
Does it have like a weird mystical vibe to it? Like I want to see like
No,
I want to see
100%.
like books flying around and shit. I want some little Harry,
The
Harry Potter
front-
type shit happening while I'm there.
The front of it is so misleading. It's like this real tiny
No,
little
it is.
door.
It's got a little neon sign.
So you
that
go
says
in and then it's a
magic.
huge place.
No, it's not huge.
Do I go
It's
through
just-
two tiny doors to get to a big door that I
No.
eventually come in?
Well, here's the weird part: is when you go up there, it'll tell you to like, because the front door is always locked, especially when you go up to like store hours, it's always locked. So you have to ring this bell. Someone. will
Oh, you
come
gotta be
and
let
unlock the
in.
door. You have to be let in. And the reason why is because they're predominantly a online store now.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is
So
not
they're
a
not
good
having
thing.
a ton of.
Right.
I mean,
Walk
who
up.
and what?
Not a lot of walk-in.
What fucking brick and mortar place is? Let me tell
It's
you.
like-
that
it's
doesn't
like-
sell food or booze. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of
It's-
walk in anywhere.
It's like me and like 5 other people in Wichita.
In town. In town, yeah, that's about it.
So here we go, Stevens Magic Emporium. So you can go all these.
He would love a
sites.
T-shirt.
So they sell like tricks that you can tangibly hold, which I have one right here, which we'll fuck with here in a second after this explanation's done.
Oh, nice.
So they have what we call gaffs, gimmicks. There's the things you can hold that make magic happen or whatever, and then they have like books that you buy where you learn stuff. And I read tons of books, and I got friends who I'm lucky enough to.
So you got like a magic book library.
I'm lucky enough to have friends who have them. They're just like, you want to borrow this? And
Oh, that's nice.
Hell yeah.
Because books are not cheap.
Yeah. And so they're not. No,
Especially if you want the actual copies of them, man.
Oh, it isn't. My most.
Especially niche books like that too, because I know
Yeah.
you can't like just get those fucking things
Yeah,
anywhere.
right.
dude, yeah. Like normal, I think most expensive one I bought is a coin magic one off of a website. It was about $110 for a hardback.
So is still the magic community still pretty like tight about like not?
no,
tr-
it's-
yeah, it's like because I feel like it's still like you don't want to let all the secrets out.
I mean, it's not, but see,
Well, the
there's
door to the place is locked.
well,
Yeah, I know. And it's,
Well, see,
I feel
here's-
like as some people they'd be like,
because of
fuck
your-
you're not
well,
coming
see,
in.
Well, see, here's a great thing about it is so with like YouTube, everybody's like, well, you know, secrets are out there. They are, but only if you specifically go looking for them.
Well, I feel like the crowd of a magic show is not the people that YouTube how magic tricks work.
No,
I mean, there's a couple of dickheads in the crowd maybe doing it while you're doing it because
Yeah.
they're just those guys. But for the most part, if you're going to a magic show, sit back and fucking relax and have some fun.
Enjoy
you
it.
know,
Yeah,
9
like
times
what-
out
what-
of 10
being
when I do my
entertained,
shows,
man.
that's exactly what fucking shows up.
Yeah,
It's the people
yeah.
who are just like, we want like.
That want to suspend. And I always say that to anybody that's going to local or regional or national shit. Like, go there to have fun. What the fuck are you there?
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, why would you spend all this money? Probably got a fucking babysitter, all this really crazy shit.
Right.
Then you're sitting in the crowd mad trying to figure out the fucking magician's jokes. What kind of person are you? Fucking sit back and have a
Bro,
good time.
right?
I mean,
So,
for sure.
to shorten out my answer, so part one is constantly looking, and how I look is I scour the websites. So like I have 3 main ones that I usually go through, and I'll just go through and be like, all right, well, does
Kind of
that,
see what's popping.
does
what's
that
cool.
does what's new? Does that look like that it suits my style of what I
Right.
like to try to do? Because you know there are genres of magic.
and
as
this is
well.
you get to see behind the curtains in these these things,
Yeah.
right? You know how it
Yeah.
all works and what you have to buy and
Yeah.
make and all that shit to make it work.
So this is the cool part about that is nowadays tricks, obviously you go online, you can learn some stuff on YouTube, but there's not everything that you can learn on YouTube. You get hit this brick wall at some point in time. You can learn like the fucking basics on YouTube. You know, like I can learn a card change real quick. That's fucking easy. Some basic coin tricks. When you get into like the real like heavy sleight of hand shit, that's when you have to start actually paying money for it.
Yeah, you get like these.
Yeah.
These tricks cost money. Like,
Yeah.
they're not just
Yeah.
some like
Yeah.
fly by night thing. They're
Yeah.
some mechanisms with springs and motors and all kinds of crazy shit on
And
them.
some of them are so stupid, dude. When you get it,
You're like, why the fuck didn't I build this?
But
Yeah.
it's
But
it's
that
fucking
thing's so fast.
brilliant at the same time. You're
Yeah.
just like, oh my god, I could have fucking did acid and thought of this in a night.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
Or
And
you
I
could have
didn't.
built it for
And I
fucking
didn't.
$8 at fucking Ace Hardware. You're
No,
like,
dude,
somebody else did acid and thought of it.
100%. So with those, you buy the trick, you'll get your little thing, and then they have this website you go to that's very specific, and they have a password, and you have to use the password to learn the secret. So
what do you have to pay for the password probably to be
the
like
same
a
thing, though it's all rolled up.
So
in one
let's
price.
work on something that for the Aaron and Austin show. Let's
in.
get a little like
I'm in.
backdoor like passageway that
Yeah.
someone pay for and there's no content there.
So basically,
You're taking this to a dark
yeah.
place.
So, like, say
It's
if,
magic, bro.
so, like, say if I bought something just like this, raw as it is, and like I said, we'll play with this in a second. You buy this off the internet. They
It looks like a wallet.
Yeah, it is, and it's a very used wallet.
Sorry, I'm intrigued now.
No, you're absolutely. So you'll receive this in the mail, and they'll have a little piece of paper, and it says, "Go to this website." And this is the password. I'll show you. Website,
that's cool. Okay.
password, and then
So
the
now that you
password.
bought the thing, they'll give
And
you the
it gives
secrets.
you the
now.
video, and you have some.
And
guy
here's like a
explaining-
tutorial of
Yeah,
it. That's fucking
exactly.
sick.
So it kind of keeps a secret as well. It's like,
Yeah, you have to commit to the device to get how to do the trick with it.
and as far as inventing, yes,
That was a brilliant marketing.
It is. It is actually very smart as far as the magic community.
Yeah, 'cause
with the internet, it kind of ruined a lot of like.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
music marketing isn't the fucking same anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to bring up.
Changes all the
I wanted
time.
to bring up
Okay.
the big one, and you guys will all remember. We're all close to the same age. Everybody in here will remember when the Tricks of Magic show came out on Fox. You guys remember that shit?
Explaining all that.
Oh, the Masked Magician.
The Masked Magician came out and showed you how
Behind
every
the
fucking thing,
scenes,
like showed you how every fucking thing worked. I remember that as a kid,
Fuck
like,
that show.
and I remember being mesmerized as a kid watching them expose all those tricks. I loved it. It was great
Oh,
programming.
dude, it was
that's
but
why-
I could see it now as an older person. I'm seeing that was like so
It was
shitting
so
on.
That's why-
deflating.
That's
it was.
why, but that's why I fell in love with Penn and Teller,
Oh, dude,
because
yeah.
that's what
Penn and
they've
Teller,
always done.
They do
That's what
expose,
they've
but
always done.
at the same time, Penn and Teller does this thing at the end where they still give a kicker to where you're like, well, I don't know how they fucking did that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll tell
yeah.
you how shit's done, and then they'll do it better, so you don't know what they
Yeah,
did.
Well, fuck.
They've always been my favorite.
Val
Penn and Teller are easy.
Valentino,
Bill and
the
Penn-
masked magician, actually used to live in Wichita.
So the guy that was on that show was a Wichitan.
He used to
So
live
it took
there.
Wichita to bring down the magic community.
No, man.
That's why there's
Sounds
only
about right.
5 of us left.
Sounds about fucking right.
Wichita's always been big in it, man. To round out the story about Stevens, man, like, so Stevens is one of the biggest distributors of those tricks that you're trying to buy. Like they're one of the country's
So
biggest
what was
distributors.
what do you guys think was the thought process behind exposing all of those fucking tricks? Just that every
So-
dumb in the world would watch it? Because I was
So
Yeah.
Val actually there's a podcast on, and you can find it on Spotify, and it's of.
it's called the Aaron and Austin Show.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
So, if you want to hear a more in-depth explanation of why Val Valentino, aka the Masked Magician, decided to, expose.
So
that.
is it him talking?
it is him.
Yeah,
and
what's
he's
the name
been-
of that podcast? I'd be interested. Maybe in
It's Joshua Jay's How Magicians Think. And it's actually very insightful on a lot of different things. The Masked Magician is one of them.
Did he feel like maybe it was time to junk a bunch of these old tricks and make magicians move forward?
He thought that what he was doing was a service at one point. And this is my perspective. This is not what
It's not what he told you, but this is
No.
what you think.
I think that he thought what he was doing was a service, and by inspiring people. And in a way, he was actually kind of detrimenting a lot of it, because it actually
It had to ruin some acts.
It made this.
It had to ruin some acts.
Oh, dude, it sucked. Like,
I'm like, he showed you shit that you never see ever. But so that's why I think that it was okay, because like, you ever saw, besides like me or your ex or anything like that, you ever saw a real life magic show, like Vegas style kind of shit?
Yeah, I have in Kansas City and in Wichita.
Cool.
I went to a few. I thought they were cool.
fucking Branson or whatever.
I saw Penn and Teller in Kansas City.
All right, so badass.
Yeah.
All right, have you ever seen anybody pull a fucking rabbit out of a hat?
No.
Thank God.
No.
Thank God.
The biggest cliche in magic is pulling a rabbit out of the hat.
I say we bring it back.
Yet it is the most rare trick ever. No one's ever fucking seen
find
it.
a top hat these days. They're fucking hard to.
That is actually part of that is part of it too.
Go to Hatman Jack's right here.
Yeah,
in
but still,
Wichita.
you're paying a fucking hefty thing to ruin a hat and let a rabbit shit in it.
But at the same time,
Well, you got that. Okay, there's that.
I gotta buy a fucking $1,300 top hat just for a rabbit to shit in. It's a big ask.
You're overpaying for your top hats, man.
so
Well, I like a top quality.
They got to be about $60, man. $80.
No, dude, you ain't getting out of Hatman Jack's any hat in that place for $60.
dude, really?
No, you guys ain't never been in Hatman Jack's.
No, I have.
Dude, a fucking cowboy hat in that place. It's like a piece of shit. Is
Do I look like I buy
I
cowboy
have
hats?
I have fedora from Hatman.
Yeah, and how much that cost?
How much did that go?
Yeah,
I think it's like $60.
That's what I'm trying to fucking say.
It was a Stetson. It's a name brand.
Fedora. Stetson makes fedoras.
My
Yeah, Stetson makes hats.
Well, I know
Yeah.
that,
Just
but
make hats.
they're kind of
went to
They just
went to high
popular.
school with Hatman Jack.
They're just
Okay.
popular about the cowboy hats, but Stetson.
But I'm
makes
telling you
all
right now, I
kinds of
went in there looking for like a nice like G unit hat, and that motherfucker was expensive.
hats. Man, I don't know.
I wanted a little felt, little something on my hat,
Yeah.
and it was a little more than I was wanting to spend.
Dude,
But anyway,
it's not
but I'm not letting a rabbit shit in my hat.
No,
Back to that.
absolutely not. But the point of that was stuff that Val Valentino actually showed on The Masked Magician. It's shit that hardly anybody does. He
Right.
showed people how to.
Well,
do
he did a
cups
lot
and
of
balls.
he did a few of what's his name's shit, like what's the
David Blaine,
No, the
Chris
other one.
Angel.
No, the big one that like make planes disappear.
Copperfield.
Copperfield.
Oh, Copperfield.
See,
yeah.
he exposed
He
a lot
did
of
some of
his
that.
tricks, like
No,
how
he
you
was very upset
how
about
you
that.
would make like giant shit disappear. Like,
Copperfield was pissed about that.
oh yeah,
he was
I
Well,
bet.
he used to because really at the end of the day,
He got a lot of fucking hate for that.
Well,
Yeah,
a
sure.
lot of fucking.
Well, because
hate.
he just broke the fucking wall, man.
Oh no, absolutely.
He ruined
100%.
magic for a whole generation.
well, maybe he-
But in his head,
like-
he was just like, well, this is going to get more people.
well
into
maybe
it.
he
And
made
that's the sad
maybe
part.
he made him step up the magic game because now you have a whole new like David Blaine and Chris Angels didn't exist without.
I like that. I like that perspective.
100%.
I like that
That is
perspective.
exactly what fucking happened. No, you were right on.
That's maybe what he
because there
thought.
was this little lull as you like, because again, you pointed out, we're all around the same age, right? So we know this whole like evolution of certain things, right? So you remember being a kid, seeing stuff like from like David Copperfield. Every once in a while, you would see shit from like Doug Henning, and they're like,
Yeah,
magicians
very
were a
few.
thing.
The very few though, they had to be really, really fucking big
Yeah.
for you to see them.
Yeah, and then you saw that thing
Perfect,
from the
thank you.
Masked Magician, and then there was nothing. You heard nothing about
And
magic
then
for
here
fucking
comes David Blaine and Chris Angel and all
Chris
these
Angel
guys.
and all-
A whole different kind of magic.
Oh, yeah.
But I also totally
Kind of more like what you do.
100% in your
I
fucking
totally
head.
discredited that stuff because of I know what's capable in editing a TV show.
Well,
I
no,
know
dude,
it's
that guy can
capable.
levitate, bro. You know,
I'm just telling you. The magic was
people
lost
levitate
for
on
me.
this show. I've seen it.
The magic was lost for me the minute it was a
It's on-
TV thing.
When it's on TV, yeah.
I just
you do
didn't.
lose
I didn't
some.
understand.
Well, dude, I have thrown cards.
not digging.
I have thrown so many cards out a glass window and never got one to stick on the other side.
And you know what? And you know it's awful
Doesn't work.
now,
It
Aaron.
doesn't
As
work.
like a magician, like I'm horrible about that because I will watch like magic shows now, and I'm like, was there a camera cut right there? You did,
Bro,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Especially if you got real good editing people, man. Like you could literally.
once the magic's kind of gone,
But
like,
don't
like
you
once
think?
you know what's
but
happening,
don't you think the people like that are the because like it's your magic. You always have someone from the public involved. So like if it's got to be kind of straightforward, or all the people that are the guests on
Or-
the show would be like, "Fuck, this is all bullshit."
or is
No,
that public
the-
plans?
Are they signed like a silence
plants?
agreement and shit?
There are instances of magicians who have gotten certain popularity I'll be a dick. I don't care because I don't fucking like him anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so Justin Flom is one you'll see on fucking Facebook all the time. You don't know.
I don't know. I haven't
so
seen
you know his face if you've seen him because
Maybe.
I'm sure you've seen a reel, and he's one of those assholes who does like, oh, there's like $100 trapped in a thing, and he takes fucking 3 minutes to unwrap it, sitting there.
I don't know. I
explaining
can't
all
watch a
the time.
3-minute video.
Yeah. So it's fucking stupid.
I watch a minute and a half.
So
fucking
he used to be
28 seconds,
he
bro.
used to be a really popular YouTube.
Is he a local guy?
No.
Okay, so we can shit on him.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to like boost
So
up.
the real famous one that most people find on like Facebook Reels is Rick Lax. He's like the guy who was known for, hey, did you know if you can soak a lemon in a bowl of Monster for 12 hours and you pull it out and then it turns the lemon into a sponge? You ever saw that fucking video? It went viral for fucking ever.
Nope. I don't like lemons or monsters.
Yeah, he was
so
doing fucking
That's not my
magic.
algorithm.
Sounds horrible.
So, all right, so he was doing Facebook tricks and like pawning them off as life hacks, but they were fucking magic tricks. And he
Right.
was just like, oh, did you know if you stuck a fork in your dick hole, you could, get rid of your syphilis? And
Yeah.
people were like, oh my God, I got to try this. I'm not saying that's what Rick Latz did, but it's
And
akin
does it work?
to it.
And
It
we
doesn't.
got content coming next week of us trying that.
So the worst.
But Bryce trying that.
Oh, fuck this.
We're gonna do a new segment. We're working on new segments all the time here.
So, yeah.
But his syphilis will remain.
So,
Yeah, that's the trick. The trick is that you don't want to transfer the syphilis to a fork. What if somebody has to use it later?
You know?
So the worst out of these ones is a young man named Jabrizi.
Jabrizi.
Yes, sir.
I like it.
I like it. He sounds like he's going places.
Yeah.
Oh God, he
Sounds
was
like a
aw-
good
he was
rapper.
Awful kid.
Mumble rapper.
And now why I say he's awful is for a few different reasons.
So is he
that-
local? Not local?
No.
Okay,
These
good.
are
Shit
these
on
are like YouTube magicians. Yeah,
Okay,
shit
good.
on him. No, this is when you definitely shit on.
I always have fire, so you have to let me know.
So no, this is definitely when you shit on. So we'll start with offense number one is that there is video of this young man coaching crowds around him before he takes a video of doing a magic trick. He's like, so when I flip this over, I want you to say whoa, so I get a good reaction, right? So,
Oh wow, that's so cringy.
So stooging out his fucking crowd.
That's
so
what I'm talking about
number one.
TV,
You're
man.
like,
TV magic.
the
TV
thing
magic.
the thing is with that, then you get this like when you coach a response, then you don't get the real wow response.
No,
it's
you
such
don't.
it's such like a whack,
But
like
that's my
wow
problem.
from the crowd.
That's my problem with TV magic.
Yeah.
I never believed.
Well, maybe you just don't have an imagination like you used to.
So
I know Santa isn't real.
I know.
So-
well, I feel like you're one of the guys that watches the magic tricks too close.
I
no,
really
you
do. I
didn't.
really
No,
do, yeah.
because he already
Sometimes-
has the mind for it.
Well, just
Yeah.
sometimes you got to enjoy the magic
No,
and
you
enjoy
don't.
the light change on this podcast.
Jesus.
No, it's actually a very
He's an artist now. Everyone, John Bugs is a lighting artist.
Yeah,
but
I was trying to be more subtle. About it. I'm sorry, guys.
to be fair,
I like this
And to be
way.
fair, we started at 7:00, and this room doesn't have any curtains yet, so we are slowly losing.
I'm trying to get enough lighting on
So
his face.
So if you're wanting
Not
to
too much on air.
If you're wanting to hit us with a trick, let's
All right.
let's do one that you've because
All
we're
right,
getting close
so-
to the end of this bad boy. Let's
All right,
fucking
so we'll
let's
knock
do
out
it.
a couple here. All right, so I told you I'd play with the wallet because you're intrigued by the wallet.
Well, I just like it that it was a bot trick, so it's kind of cool that it's
so
kind of
this
cool how
is-
that works.
And this is, and I'll kind of give you an idea like of how this works as well.
Did you get this from Stevens?
I did actually.
Oh, shout out to
There we go.
the locked door Stevens place. You gotta know the password. You gotta ring the doorbell twice weirdly and then make a weird face.
It's swordfish. The password is swordfish.
Don't give it out on air.
Isn't it some
I'm just
kind of
fucking
like
saying.
Harry Potter thing?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
that shit. All right,
You
so
can do voice acting work.
I could. Dude.
Yeah,
You should.
I really want to.
Well, I know
actually.
there's tons. We're quick.
Have a studio.
I'll quick into it. I thought about getting into it too. There is tons of reads
Yeah.
for people like us that have good voice for shit like that.
Yeah.
You can get some fucking good money for like a 2-hour fucking read.
Dude, I would do that. For,
I'll
Dude,
give you some.
you should.
I'll give you some sites on that because you'd be good at it as well. They're
Fucking
looking for
man.
people like us to do that kind of shit.
Fuck yeah.
I just haven't got into it yet because I do a lot with pest control and shit.
All right, so let them fucking man do his
All
trick.
right.
Well,
So
shut up! I'm trying to get him.
we can talk during this too. All right. So you guys watch horror movies?
Oh yeah,
I know.
love them, love them.
You don't watch horror movies?
I
Have
love
you
them.
ever seen a horror movie?
Yeah, I've seen so many of them, but I will
Classic.
I will tell you, like I go to movies to feel good, not to watch people get
No,
murdered.
fair.
All right.
But I have seen multiple horror movies. It's just not my favorite.
All right, so
And one, they always have terrible screenwriting and horrible fucking.
So you shut the fuck up.
Horrible fucking actors.
Then.
do it to this guy.
all right, no, we're gonna do it to both of you actually. So,
Oh, God.
all right, so we got ones like Alien, fucking Ripley. There's
love Alien.
Poltergeist, Amityville.
See, like these I like. These are horror movies I like.
Yeah. So there's like
I love the
old ones
classics.
like Fly,
The Fly is one of my favorite because
Goldblum.
who doesn't like Goldblum?
Friday the 13th. You got Wolf.
I think I could get away. He doesn't
Wolfman.
run fast.
This is one of my favorite ones. Fucking Evil Dead.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, is that the one where they put all the doors up? Like it's,
Oh, dude. Yeah. So then you got the real old ones like Preacher and fucking Rosemary's Baby. where
these are cool fucking cards too.
Their
Yeah, I
director.
dig it.
Their director.
Are they like the?
Fuck
Are
the
they the?
14-year-old. So
Are they the movie? Are these the movie?
These are the actual movie posters.
Yeah,
that
those
they
are
came
cool
out with.
posters.
All right,
Fucking
so
cool as fuck.
So what I want you guys to do, and as I'll kind of mix these up a little bit, right? Because these movies, so that makes it 10 times easier. I will give you one pile. I want you to pick one out. Well, I'll give you one.
Do
pile.
I get to pick them up and look them out?
No, you can pick one, and you can
Just
pick out
pick
your
one
own
I want.
personal one.
Pick.
Yeah.
pick it
You
out
can
like
fan
that.
it out to
Okay,
yourself.
okay.
You can pick out one that
Alright,
you
yeah,
like. Just
yeah.
don't let me see the face of it, right? So once you pick it out, you can set it on the table. Just remember which movie you pick.
Damn, I got two good ones. I'm gonna go with this one.
So we'll keep this one with you. Give me the stand.
These back.
Yep, sir.
Yep, I'm
So
going
you
there.
know
I'm
this
going there.
one?
I
I'm going
do.
there.
I do.
All right, so you know this one.
Yeah, bro.
All right, so check it out. I am super horror nerd.
You love horror.
Like it.
Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Did you say horror or whore?
horror?
Okay.
He was down with either one.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I'm the whore in my relationship, unfortunately. She uses me a lot. No, that's
And
not
you
true.
like
Actually,
it. You like it.
I
We'll
love
have to
my
cut- we'll have to
girlfriend
cut that
so
part.
much.
We'll have
I love my girlfriend so much. So, all right. So, as you can look on the back of your card, you have this little list on the back of your
yeah,
card,
I
right?
see it.
You have all
Collect
sorts.
them all in a bunch of different movies.
Yeah.
Top 100 all-time horror
and you
films.
can look over it. Eric,
I see mine. I see mine
His
on there.
has a different list than you. I mean,
I see
there's
mine on there.
same on there, but yours is on there, right?
Yes.
You is the name of your movie, right?
Yes.
So what I want you to do is I want you to read off that list out loud, right? And I want you to try to use as monotone as a voice. And this is kind
So
of
not to give it away. of
yeah,
course.
yeah. And I want you because you said you're a voice actor, so I want you
Right,
to
yeah,
use your
well, I can
brain.
fuck it up too.
All right.
Sure.
So I want you to try to lie
all
to
of them?
me.
All of them?
And you can put them in any order you want to.
Oh my God, I'm just gonna read
And
it
I-
from the
Okay,
top
you go.
down.
You can go first.
All right, from the top down. This is the order: Poltergeist, Blair Witch, The Birds, Dawn of the Dead, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Dracula, Get Out, Child's Play, Evil Dead, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Babadook, Rosemary's Baby, Saw, The Shining, Carrie, Reanimator, and The Omen.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna read them from the bottom up since
All
you
right,
did
so
top down.
all right, so I want to hold you real quick.
Yep.
So I
These are
got
there.
this one right here.
Hit.
So I'm 99% sure I know what this one is. So go for it.
Okay, we got. I'm gonna so he read them from top down. I'm gonna read them from the bottom up. The Exorcist, Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Invisible Man, Misery, Evil Dead, Amityville Horror, Nosferatu, The Shining, The Wicker Man, Chainsaw Massacre, Hellraiser, The Wolfman, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Alien, and The Fly.
Okay. Here. So Bruce Campbell, Evil Dead.
Yep.
Right there.
100%. 100%.
That one's a little bit tougher.
Yeah, I fucked with you too on my
A
reading of it.
little bit.
I brought a little psychiatry into the mix.
I tell you what, though, I do like Jack Nicholson.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Shelley Duvall is kind of a bitch, though.
Yeah, she is.
She got really bad. I love Stanley Kubrick. Is one of my favorite directors in the world. All right, so like I told you, I kind of give you guys an idea of how this works. So this
You
is
got it.
So this is
He did.
What a fuck.
so this is kind of simple mentalism shit that you can find out. And yet again, I'm sorry for anybody. This is not exposing. This is education.
And how much of that did the camera see? Because I don't know how much was seen on the camera.
Well, see, it's not even.
No, he saw.
It's not a camera
He
trick.
figured out in our reading of it.
Yeah,
It's not a camera trick.
It's not a sight trick.
No, it's the reading of it is how he figured it out. That's why I tried to pause at a different spot from where mine
And
was.
here's the great
Me too,
part.
analytical
And
side.
here's the great part is between Aaron and Austin, they actually found the 2 different types that you need to know here, because there was only 2 different ways to figure it. And it's not even 2 different ways. It's just one or the other. So
Can I guess at one? Can I guess at one?
Yeah, go for it.
9th position.
No.
No.
Actually, it is way dumber than that because magic is stupid.
All right.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm not guessing.
All right, so
Both Evil Dead, and that was the 9th position.
All right, so
up or down?
straight letters compared to curved letters. And what I mean by
Really?
straight letters is Evil Dead has hard edges,
Yeah.
on it. The Shining is a curved letter. So if you look down
wow, I
the
see it, I
actual
see it.
list,
No, I see it now.
his is the one out. Yours is the one out.
So what about the
Holy
Babadook?
shit, it is.
The Babadook.
The Babadook.
So what if-
So
T-
take
a
out
T
the,
or an E?
So every card.
Oh, take out
those
the.
don't mean.
Okay, there you go. There you go. That's good.
Oh, that is fucking funny.
But the
as
funny
shit.
thing is, this is 9th position.
I know.
Now you're just
And
reading too
so
much
is
into
his.
it. No, it's
But
not.
that's actually a good. But that is a good thing. I like. So now I'm going to use that one.
I wondered about it. You know?
Mine's 8. Mine's in the 8th spot, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so fuck off with your 9th position.
But there's other.
I was
ways.
wrong. I was wrong anyway.
So, and here's how I'm getting away
And
with,
it's so
not the,
weird that
with the
it's the-
education and not the exposure. So
Yeah,
there's
it's
2 different ways to actually do this trick. So there's the one that I just did for you guys, and I
Yeah.
actually showed you how it kind of
Do you
works.
halfway look through the deck to see what's just left?
No,
I mean, because it would.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
no, I don't have to because
No, I
it's
know.
already there.
When
All
you-
the
when you
information-
say it,
The
this
cards
is-
on the back expose expose it.
100%.
So what he's saying is, if you haven't got it, there's a list on the back that you read, and the one that is the squiggly letters, that is the one that is the odd man out, is the one that is on the other side of the card.
100%. Yes.
Yeah. So as he's listening to us read through, he knows straight letter, straight letter, straight letter. Curvy one, that's the one.
Curvy line,
Or
curvy line,
these are
curvy
all
line,
curvy line, curvy line,
curvy
straight
line.
letter. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is fucking cool.
100%.
That is
awesome.
that is oddly simple and brilliant.
Yeah, it is. Right.
Yeah.
Oddly
That's how,
simple and
how
brilliant.
magic tricks work.
So that is the basis of buying this trick. So if you get this, you deal out these cards to anybody, they read the back of them, and you know the odd man out is the fucking one that's on the other side.
And there's another.
That's fucking awesome.
And this one is nice enough. They give you a little
So-
instruction thing with it. But this one has another one where you can actually guess. Like, so it has like top 100 movies of all time.
Oh,
up
I
there,
kind
so-
of I
Nice.
was trying to actually kind of cover that. I wondered if you saw the number there that you'd know which one was on the other side.
No, there's a code where you can guess the number on it, but I'm not going to tell you how that one's done.
Well, can you do
Yeah,
it?
please don't.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. I'll do you. I'll do you.
We'll expose all
Keep
his secrets.
magic real.
After
Keep
he,
magic
after
real.
he leaves, we'll put on a mask and expose all these
Yeah.
secrets.
That's how it works.
I will say.
Hundreds.
How funny would it be if we had that mask when he showed up?
I will say that when we get off camera, I want to talk to you because I have a trick.
You've
that I
invented
do.
a trick?
No, I just know this trick.
Oh, you know a trick and you want to try it on him and see if
No,
you can
no,
get him?
no.
No, I think you should try it on him.
I need to incorporate him in my trick.
I have my
So that when I see you, we
I
can
have
do
two.
it.
I have two.
Well,
I have two.
dick.
I have two card tricks that magic tricks that like you
Yeah.
show kids and shit.
Yeah.
So
All right, so we'll do a real card trick here. All
right, let's go, let's go.
So if it makes.
I like the purple cards, by the way. This is my favorite.
I like the purple.
I love purple.
I'm not
That's-
gonna lie to you. He loves purple, but I love any set of bicycle cards. If you got any
Do
other
no
fuck,
bicycle or
if you do not have
tips.
bicycle cards, get the fuck out of here. If I sit down at your house to play a game of cards and you got these plastic piece of shit cards, I am very disappointed. Just to let you know.
I have every color of these too.
I am a game playing connoisseur, and people are like, well, let's play some Uno. It's like, fuck.
no.
I'm like, well, let's put up a card table for the kids over here. You guys go play those games.
All right, so this is a 2-part thing.
Bushmills? You can say, why don't you say it into the microphone so I can
Because
actually
I'm not trying
hear
to fucking be a dick and interrupt.
Well,
this.
I can't hear you. And
trying to
can you hear
fucking
my
keep
chair
on,
slightly?
sir.
You can hear my chair like slightly slamming down. As we,
Jesus Christ.
you guys you're like trying to talk out of podcast to me when I have headphones on. You fuck, don't fuck off. Like I can't hear you. I have headphones on. see this chair's falling. Told you.
Oh my
I
God.
told you. I knew
Is
it.
that going into your ass?
He almost died.
No, it's not. Like, have you ever seen that video? Because there is. So this is funny. There is a fake trick to this as well.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like
where
when
it's
they
like,
fall and it looks and you get off and it looks like the pole went up this guy's ass like
you
fucking
get off?
3 feet.
No.
But it's on a spring and it doesn't
So
actually go up your ass.
basically,
It's when you get
horrible.
off.
That's
it's
horrible.
like use a drum throne and it sinks down, but when you stand up, the pole
It's
goes
like-
through the top of the
and
seat.
it's and it's like fucking 2 feet up and you go, holy shit, did that just fucking
I can show you. I can show you how to build one of those for like fucking $20 actually.
that's
so-
one of those tricks
so
that
Put
I
that
can-
shit in my ass for $20.
that's one of those tricks if that accidentally
Right.
fails, you're in deep
$20
shit.
is $20.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
All right.
Hey, at the Aaron and Austin show, we'll do anything for $1. You never know. Give us a shout.
So I've been sitting here cutting this apart and everything like that while we've been talking and everything like that. So I want you to check it out. There's no real actual
Rhyme or reason to what's
rhyme.
going on
Yeah,
here.
they are shuffled.
All right,
They are
cool.
shuffled.
So
At one point,
red or black?
red.
Red. All right. So here we're gonna play a game. We're gonna have a conversation while we're playing this game. All right.
Okay. Sorry,
So-
I'm 3 inches shorter.
Yeah. So we'll put this a little closer to you. So how this is gonna work is if you think this card is red without looking at it, I want you to set it right here. If you think it's black, I want you to set it up here like a discard.
Okay.
You know what I
Up or
mean?
down.
And then we're gonna alternate this between you and I.
Okay.
All right. So do you,
Through the whole deck?
yeah.
Okay.
So and that's why we're gonna have the whole conversation
Okay.
because it's 52 fucking cards. It's gonna
Are
take
we,
a
out
while.
of, are we out of the what do we got going on over there? Give me some.
We've gone through 3 bottles.
So do you think this one's red?
So do I get to do it or do you got to touch them all?
No. I can let you.
So I'm going no.
No? All right. So I'm going to go yes.
So this is the red pile.
This one is my pile. I'm going to do black. You're going to do red.
So
over
if I think they're red, they go here.
yeah, if you think they're, black, go there.
What if I just never take one? Does that fuck this whole trip up?
No. No,
That's a kinda weird
absolutely
shit.
not. No, it's going to piss you off in the long run.
Well, I don't know what I got to develop a weird algorithm.
Discard everything.
I try
Yeah.
not to even think about it because most people get pissed off and are like, when you
Guys are
think on
fucking
it too long,
lost.
you're counting them. I'm like, no, I'm not counting them.
Well, there's 52 of them. I'm counting them.
I'm not fucking Kevin Spacey. I'm not counting cards or kids' genitals.
I was so. Let's take a minute to when he got thrown on the ash heap. I was sad. I really liked Kevin Spacey.
I did too, but
When I found out he was like an extremely like male rapist, it was like, God damn.
I didn't like his excuse. He was like, "Well, I'm gay." I was like, "Well, that doesn't mean that you can bang Thai boys."
No matter who you are, you cannot take advantage of anyone sexually, whether you're gay or straight.
Yeah.
I will say this,
That's
though.
the rule.
I will say this. I can respect your art outside of who you are.
Oh no, 100%.
No,
Like everybody loves a
but
Michael
it
Jackson
changes.
song.
It's still.
I mean, he's still allegedly on that.
yeah,
one,
he
so.
never was
Still
convicted of
allegedly.
anything.
Right.
I'm just telling you. Like,
Got to be
that's
starting
how I feel about it.
something.
That's how I feel
Got
about
to
it.
be starting something. Sorry. Stuck in the middle.
Yeah, man.
All right. I feel like he's tricking me.
You think so?
No. Well, I mean, I hope so, because that's why you're here.
I feel like you're drunk enough. He's not ever going to be able to like make you do his thing.
I was going to say we.
I still got burned earlier, bro, and you didn't even care.
Yeah, fine.
You didn't even shed a tear.
You didn't feel heat.
Dude, you don't know how the heat I felt.
I know. I actually know how that trick works.
I know. It's on his thumb. I saw it later after.
He saw it on there. And it was like shit.
Damn it.
Tutorials. All right, so pocket. We'll see how well this one works since he already caught.
But
me
I
on
don't
that.
remember him touching my palm though with his thumb. So he was
He
really
did,
slick
he did,
about it.
he did.
He
All right,
was slick about it.
so discard piles all bullshit. Bullshit.
What is
See
mine
how
supposed to
close we
be?
are.
What is mine supposed to be? All
Red.
purples?
All purple.
Oh, we nailed it.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
I bet.
All purples.
So,
purples.
so I'm betting. I'm betting because you and me are intoxicated. So you said what? You said
Red,
red.
red.
Right? All right. So red, black. But I'm betting we got about half and half because you and me are fucking drunk.
Huh? Oh, see? I cheated.
Hey, but
these are
that's a lot of black. Isn't
These
it?
are actually
all
cards
right.
I brought from home.
Look. Actually, it's red up until the last.
Yeah, but, you,
like,
yeah, but it's red.
Yeah.
It's
Up until
red on
last,
one
like,
side
four.
and black on the other until it's black on
and
one
this
side
is
and red
actually
on the other.
King
Dude,
Queen, nice.
it
Yeah,
lines
look at
up
that,
is
look
what
at
he's
that.
saying.
Yeah.
It lines up.
Well,
Look at it.
what happened was I brought these cards from home.
You fucking shut up.
But it doesn't matter. When it switches out at the same point.
Well, it's because,
Yeah.
and then they're all black afterwards, which is a little odd.
Well, it's
what I'm saying.
it's the
That's what I'm
step. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is like a fucking 4-year-old right here. Oh my God.
Is that how it was
Oh my
supposed to
God.
go?
Maybe.
No, you're all good.
I think it was exactly what he was after.
I think if you turn over a card, it's either gonna be black or red.
It's gonna be.
I feel like that's part of. Okay, well, did you guys?
Great insight.
Okay, so
there,
guess what I learned
also.
about cards today? Even though I've been a card connoisseur my whole entire life.
Fucking black or red?
Did you know that?
Christ.
Did you know that the cards represent the 4 seasons?
Yes.
And if you all the cards added up together are 365 days of the year, and there's like a bunch of weird shit about there's a bunch of pagan shit.
Did you know that the king
52 cards in a deck, 52
Years,
weeks
weeks
in
in
a
a
year.
hearts? Yeah, there's a bunch of weird like
the
pagan
king
shit.
of hearts is the only one without facial hair?
Well, and isn't it weird that they all like every king and jack and queen are a little different? Like there's one-eyed jacks, there's one that face sideways, there's
Suicide kings?
Oh yeah, so someone's got a fucking dagger.
Two of them.
Dagger king.
Magic goes into
I love a fucking deck of
All right,
cards.
so what's this?
All right, let's hit this one.
All right, so I didn't want to bring out real coins because they get real clangy.
I see them over there.
Like they are here,
And they end up in my pocket because I
They
love
do
a good
too.
coin.
Yeah, right.
But so you asked about inventing tricks. So when it comes down to inventing tricks, it comes down to like basically taking old shit and then trying to make it different. So a lot of what I learned whenever I first started doing magic was coin tricks, and these are little, fucking plastic
I like
poker
those.
chips.
Just like a poker chip, basically.
Yeah. There's no like fucking weird.
Oh, see, I got some moves.
Yeah.
like it,
There's
like
no weird like magnets.
I set
in
it.
my hand.
I set it at a poker table.
I haven't done that with a poker chip in a while.
I set it at a poker table a lot.
See, that's why I like these ones, is because they got heft to them and you can roll them real
Yeah,
nice.
that sounds good.
Ooh, let me get that bad boy.
There you go. All right, so here we go. So with this is
See, I put these
obviously-
motherfuckers in my pocket.
Don't do it, man.
That's a whole $1.
Bryce gonna knock you.
This
the
shit
fuck
is
out.
worth probably more in silver than it is in the actual.
Oh hell no! I buy fake ones, dude. I just
Okay.
do
Well, then
magic.
you're good then.
Silver's about $27 an ounce.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have it in my pocket right now.
All right, so here we go. So you got the two on each side. So
4
this
total.
This is a game I like to play
Let me
with
put my
people.
fucking
So
glasses on for this.
this is a game I like to play with people, and this is actually pure sleight of hand. Right? There's no gimmicks to these. I'll let you guys.
This is
touch
just
them.
work for
This
you.
is actually just work for me.
Yeah.
So 2 here, 2 here. The whole thing is I toss those 2 in that hand. All you got to do is guess how many is in this hand. You would
3.
say 4. Yeah, well, 3 because you already saw that one.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
Well,
I
then
just
you're
started. I just
then
started
you're
yelling at
guessing.
him.
Then you're already ahead of my game.
I
right?
didn't see shit. I'm not
All right.
gonna lie. Just
Then you're ahead of my game. So we take these 3. We'll toss them into that hand. Got that little toss right there, and pop. There's 2 right there.
Oh,
There's
that was
2
a nice
right
one.
there.
That was a nice
All
one.
There you
So
go.
by this
I like that
time,
one.
everybody's washing my hands, right? So I toss those 2 in there, and I'll even give you a little click noise from it. Hold it. Maybe you can get it. And then the one. No.
I heard it. I heard it.
Cool.
It went into the earphones. Did you hear
So
it?
we go right there.
Excuse me.
1, 2. Toss it again. Pop. And then 3. in
Shit,
my hand.
there it
All right.
is.
So
okay,
here's
now we're flexing.
So here's the fucked up part. You don't even go near the other one, right? So I give you, oh fuck, Aaron, I haven't fucked with you.
Yeah, give
So
it.
Take those.
My hand's burned.
Keep them away from me.
Yeah.
That would hurt my hand.
So we'll take that, squeeze it down real tight, right, like that, and then give him a little toss to Aaron, and he's got all 4.
you got all
of them.
4 of them now?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I only felt 3.
So
Ooh, that famous last words.
Drop him out. I can't see him from this angle. Drop him out.
That's right.
4 of them right there.
all right.
That was fucking cool.
There's only
So-
3 that went in there.
So
Yeah.
that's
I only felt 3.
that's
Were you trying to like
That's
feel
what
them?
she said.
Were you trying to feel them?
Yeah, yeah,
That
I
does,
did.
I don't feel like that joke applies. Get out of here with that.
I'm gonna knock you the fuck out.
We need a like a snooze button for. Oh, dude, can we get a soundboard
Oh,
button?
that'd be great.
Like
I'm
so,
working on
so
it.
we can make like fucking bong noises and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
weird
yeah.
shit.
I'm working
Like,
on it.
You just need to take that class from like the guy from what was it? Police Academy.
oh yeah,
Oh
fuck.
yeah,
Michael something.
Michael
that-
Winslow.
is that- is-
Winslow, yeah.
Michael Winslow.
Winslow,
You're right.
yeah,
You're
Michael
right.
Winslow.
I
You're
think
totally right.
I don't want to overstep, but hasn't he passed away?
No.
He's not. He's still alive.
Oh,
Yeah,
Let me look it up real
Okay,
quick.
I thought I had heard something that he passed away, but it's
Pretty sure he
you can't never fucking believe any of those celebrity die stories unless it's all over.
Me, right?
You know what I mean? Like people just like release those stories for fucking
Hey.
clicks. performer for many
That's
years.
the one.
Yeah, John's got it pretty good going over
He
there.
really does.
Hit us with 2 more, John. There it is. That is not production. That is not a click button. That is actual John's wasted childhood.
It really is. It really is, unfortunately.
Dude, I feel you. Don't worry, John.
You're right.
It's like the old can you bend your thumb back to the or make weird things
I
with your
cannot
tongue?
do that.
I can't do that.
There's always a
I
bunch
can
of
make
dumb.
the water dripping.
Yeah,
sound,
it was
not the
everybody.
thumb
Everybody
thing.
had their gimmick. You had to make friends
Right.
somehow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can wiggle my ears. That's what I got.
Yeah, everybody had their thing. Everybody was, All right, here we are. This has been nothing but fun. Bryce, give us all of where can
How can we find you?
how
Social
can,
media.
how can the
You got any shows coming up? You got shows coming up.
do you and also promote the magic community here in Wichita? I always feel like we'll raise all the boats at one time if everybody can.
So yeah, all right. So here we'll do this. All right. So shows you can actually find me and Heather J for the most part. We started
And
off-
another
Love Heather J too.
future guest of this show. If you guys don't know Heather J, she's
I tried
awesome.
to talk her into coming on this one.
Well,
too
I
and
want her.
stuff like that.
I want
We'll
you guys,
get her on her own.
I think you guys should do separate.
Absolutely.
Like you guys, I mean, we could easily sit here and do a fucking 3-hour podcast with you.
Oh, yeah.
Saying we could do the same with Heather. So like, let's
Sean
do
Ray,
separate.
that's like
Sean
already gone.
definitely. Sean's a good one.
all of you got
Long way,
all of those are future
Hell yeah.
interviews for sure.
Christian Manal, he's a really good one.
yeah,
too.
I love that guy.
He's a pretty sweet kid.
I like to get him drunk. He fucks up his tricks when he's drunk.
Well, I tell you, we are
I
what
think it's funny.
what I will give to our show. We are what we said we were from day one. We're here for the local community, and we're here to promote all genres of cool artistry.
Goddamn right.
There is nothing goddamn off limits. I love
right.
magician. This guy's turned himself honestly into maybe even a great stand-up artist too. But I mean, he really has a hell of a stage presence. He's funny as shit. Check out his shows. He's gonna tell you where you can get all the shit right now.
Yeah, where
but
do
like
we
I'm
go?
telling
Where do
you,
we go?
we've got a good community building here, and let's support it for sure.
No, absolutely. So essentially, you can find Heather and I, and we're starting our own little idea. Well, it's mainly Heather. I'll give her.
She's pushing it.
100%.
She's pushing it for
She,
you.
well,
She's
a
smart.
go-getter.
She's
She's a
smart
go-getter.
to take you along with you.
She,
Or to along with her.
I love what she does for me because she puts me on a lot of her shows. We sell out a lot of our shows together, and I fucking love Heather J to death. She's a mentalist from here in Wichita. Go heatherjlive.com.
We'll put a bunch of these. We'll try to make sure. I will fucking forget a few, but we'll put all of these descriptions and links in the description of this podcast.
So we recently started doing a bi-weekly, I think that's the word, so every other week.
Yep, there you go.
A bi-weekly show at BarCode called Magic on the Rocks. Which
Really?
Oh, and that works for us perfectly. Shout out to our sponsor
At
for us,
BarCode.
BarCode. Shout out to Irish and his bar. We love him. And so
we started doing that. It'll be every other Wednesday. So this is our Dead
beautiful.
Wednesday. So next Wednesday
Next
we'll
Wednesday.
do the show.
Let's go.
Which is
so
awesome
we gotta
because
make it out to that. Let's make it out to that.
which is awesome because that's where I cut my teeth as a magician. Is I like to do bar magic and everything, and that's probably why you say you get Christian drunk and he kind of messes up his tricks, and I'm still on point is because that's how I learned how to do the shit, right? So.
Well, I would just tell Christian, you drink more often. You get a little drunker. And,
Christian's great. I'm not taking nothing away from him.
so when you practice at home, have a
Christian's
few
awesome.
shots before.
Christian's awesome.
Today
He's
we're
really
not saving. We're enabling. No. This is an enabling podcast today.
No, he has his own style about him.
Sometimes
He's
you
great.
gotta go the other way.
He does. And he's a cool guy.
So Heather J is awesome. You mentioned Sean Rada. So
Rado.
Sean Rada, you can look him up on Facebook, and he is probably the best family.
Hey, fuck all these people. Where can we find your shit?
So B9 Magic.
Sorry.
B9.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't waste that joke.
So B9
He's so
Magic
humble. He was helping
on
the whole
Facebook.
community. He was
No,
helping the
no,
whole
no. I love those people. They help me out a lot. They teach me a
They're
lot.
good people.
No,
And
they
it's
really
a
are.
tight-knit community.
They really
Yeah,
are.
and I mean they're even smaller than the stand-up community, which is a small community too. They are also doing stand-up, entertaining shows, controlling crowds, and doing fucking magic all at the same time. It is a lot. It is a lot, and
It's
it's
a lot.
something special to watch when someone like you takes the time and does it great. Heather J as well with the mentalist shit. Like those are two absolutely fabulous performances that you guys got to get out and check out in this town.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that it was literally opportunistic, sort of in a way. Is that there was a hole? Is like you get certain things here in Wichita, and we haven't had good local magic.
And I feel like we have to hold up a little bit. Now that I know that we have such a cool like history with a cool magic store, we got to have
Wichita's big in magic.
Oh, yeah,
so we got
and all
to,
sorts
and the
of other
history
shit.
Should be.
and the history of it sounds like we got to, like this community needs to thrive more.
We're about to lose it. We're about to lose it.
No, we're not. The Aaron Austin show finna save this motherfucker. We're finna have all these. We're finna have all these artists on, and everybody will find out about it and realize that it's a cool fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take burns sometimes.
Stevens Magic, basically, the proprietor
Joe
is ready to step down, and his son is kind of.
So the store might close?
Actually,
So-
You might know
sad
more.
news for that was Joe actually passed away about
Oh
a month ago.
no! Really,
Oh,
really?
Jesus.
I hadn't heard that. I hadn't
So
heard that.
as far as I know,
There's got to be a book in there that we can bring him back. There's not a book in there that we can bring him back.
God damn it, Austin.
It's not Harry Potter, goddammit.
Can we fucking cut his mic?
We're talking about cutting
Sorry.
Austin's
Sorry, you know
mic
that
instead
shit's-
of my mic.
You know
What
that
the
shit's
hell? Fucking
You know that
What a
shit's funny.
precedent we've
You
made
know that
today.
You know that's funny.
He
The
actually
man
said,
would- I would say that the man
store
would
is
have loved
still
that joke.
But the
The man
store
would
is
have
still
loved that
open, and they're still running their website. So I haven't heard anything past
Okay, okay.
Joe.
Well, I
sadly
hope
passed away.
somebody in that family takes over for them. All jokes aside, that sounds like an amazing place, an amazing
Oh, and he
like
was-
staple. So
and
I hope
he-
someone like
he
runs
was
with
great.
it. Someone.
The son wasn't trying to.
It
pick
doesn't
it up.
always. You can,
Isn't
you can pass the
those are
store.
big shoes to fill because like all right, so I'll tell you like just on your own. Just look up Joe Stevens, Google him one day.
I will actually.
because his history
guy,
here in
big
Wichita,
guy.
like in Wichita alone, is like he played for the Shockers for a long, and was a star player for the Shockers.
So he's got
or
a
something.
really cool story. Like
Yeah.
he's got a life. He
Yeah.
lived.
Wichita
he lived,
as fuck.
he lived a life. He sounds like he lived an
Oh,
awesome
absolutely.
life.
Yeah.
He
Wichita is
was
fuck.
like back when it was Doodah, not fucking Wichita. Yeah,
But I feel like
so-
we haven't searched all the books in his place. I mean,
You're right. You're right.
There's a lot of cool shit. Like you have to find Will Stouffer, William Stouffer.
Oh, I know the guy. I love the guy.
He is
He was on a podcast.
Yeah,
he's
has
been on our show.
He's been
dude.
here.
No, he has some of the best Wichita history stories you could ever.
I
believe
tell you,
that. I
we
believe that.
got
Yeah,
great
Tom
stories
too.
from him, and we got actually a
believe that.
bunch of other great stories from Joe Stump as well.
Yeah, Jeff Stouffer.
So,
yeah.
so both of those, I will shout out to William and Joe, both former podcasts of the show. If you haven't watched either one of those shows, get the fuck back and watch them. They are great episodes. Those are two staples of this town, and with the art community and the author community of this town. If you guys want to check out a couple good podcasts we've done, definitely go back and check out both of those for sure. So I read Wicked Wichita after we had Joe on, and it was a fucking fabulous.
Really?
It's good.
Yeah,
It's really
of
good.
course.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course. I bought the book. I every once in a while I'll read a little. I'll read. That's the only book I've read in 5 years, but that's all right.
All right.
Took the podcast.
Well, I mean, he sold me on the book, and honestly, it was
yeah.
a great book, and it was a really fun read. So definitely check out Joe, and he also is a musician.
So how do we
So-
find you on social media?
B9 Magic,
B9 Magic.
is what I found you on Facebook.
Yeah.
Is we on all platforms with that?
Instagram,
B9 ICT.
So are you not? So I've
on
been still,
TikTok.
B9 ICT.
So I'm stealing a joke from my friend. Are you benign? Are you not cancerous?
So no,
Oh my god!
That's
oh my
actually-
god!
that's
It's benign.
Benign.
benign magic.
no.
It was a
actually-
joke that somebody else of my friend wrote to me today when he heard who was coming on our show.
So no, absolutely, that's a head on. So the whole B9,
Shout out, Michael, you lucky
B9
guy.
thing is very head on. So my whole reasoning, and I kind of let it to everybody else, and a lot of people hit on it, is that the whole B9 thing is that it's insignificant. There are things in the world that happen in front of you that
They're
you don't
benign.
notice.
They're benign.
and then
I
you're
like
just
it. I thought that's where it was coming from.
and then it hits you, and you're just
I
like,
shout out
oh,
to Michael
well,
for
fuck.
picking up on
so,
that.
yeah, no,
because I
good
did.
job, buddy.
Shout out to my buddy for picking up on that.
So B9 Magic is where you'll essentially find me. We got Magic on the Rocks every other Wednesday at BarCode.
That's something we got to check out. That's
Yeah.
something the Aaron and Austin show will be out for soon,
And
really
then,
soon. I mean, BarCode's a sponsor of ours, and you're one fucking and Heather J are doing this together. We got to come
yeah.
out and see that. We'll be there soon.
Yeah.
And then
I'm thinking next Wednesday.
And then my
Go, babe.
my
Yeah, I'm
next
in. I'm in.
big show is basically something that Heather's helping me with, but she has like more.
Did he just Oscar music us?
He did.
I didn't. I
then-
dropped my phone. I dropped my phone, and it
Tim.
did the shit.
Fucking REO Speedwagon just yelled at me.
I know. I feel like we're getting ushered off the stage here.
Oh my god.
Chairs are falling. Shit's happening. This is an episode.
I wanted to make sure it was up and ready, and
this guy.
I dropped it. And
You gave
I'm
him
sorry.
a mic. It's your fault. You gave him a microphone.
I didn't give him a mic.
Yeah, you did. It was your fault.
I didn't.
So he sets all this shit
I'm the
up.
sound guy.
Oh, yeah, he sets all
He
this shit
gave himself a mic. See? That's what I'm saying. He's
enough.
a sound man.
Fair
He
enough.
does-
You know, like them dummy controllers you give to your kids when you're playing video games? Maybe we give him one of those mics.
I'm still looking at you guys while we're filming.
It's
Anyway,
a shell. It was a shell.
Mostly.
Anyway.
I see that.
I know you did.
I see that tongue action.
Yeah, we clip that
And
in.
So my last point I'll point out is late April actually. So yeah, late April is I'm putting together another actual like hour-long show of myself. I'll have some other people. I'm hoping to have some musical acts start.
Where are you going to do
opening up
that?
for
Where are you
me.
going to do that at?
I'm hoping it'll just be at Flying Pig Improv because the whole idea is that I want to be completely a complete close up, kind of like you
So
guys
intimate.
were over here.
So I'm going to throw this out here.
So what's going to happen is basically there's going to be a table in front of me. We're going to have about 10 people on the table, and then we're going to interchange them out. But the whole time I'm going to have a camera, like actually showing me.
So
what's
we're kind
behind.
so you can kind of do your one-on-one magic.
Yes. Yeah, but
Sorry for my
but how
indigestion
I've curated it and how I am trying to curate it is for individual experiences for the
Yeah.
people who are joining in at the table at the time.
Because that's what you
And
like
even-
to do.
Yeah, and then
Well, he
even-
does.
and
I mean,
even better.
one-on-one.
He's a hell of a performer.
And then
he really is.
I like the idea of an audience being able to watch these people's experience too, because it kind of brings them into like a very vulnerable spot. I found people have a weird reaction to watching somebody else's
Yeah.
reaction.
Well, I got a question that just came to me. And what is a normal set for a comedian or for comedian / magician length? Like when you get booked or like when you go up, like what is it 30 minutes? Is it an hour? Is it based on the same as what like musicians are dealing with? But what is a normal set for
So
you guys?
we kind of do this weird thing is that so headliner usually does about 45 minutes to an hour.
to an hour based on the
Person.
kind of what happens.
Person opening up does about 30 to 45 minutes. Kind of stagger it in a weird way like that.
That's
how
not
I
bad.
found it.
So you got
kinda
like
works.
a 2-hour show between two magicians,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, and with the way that like we do our pricing, I feel that that's more than fair because like
So all promoters out there, that's when you're booking them. That's what you're getting.
Well,
That's
nine
that's
times
why
out
I'm
of
asking
10.
this
Right,
question.
right.
well, no, and 9 times out of 10, like I like because I love having like this right here, like. I love having conversations with people. So
Yeah, well,
9
you're
times
gr-
out
you're
of 10,
great at it.
after
You're
the-
good at it.
9 times out of 10, whenever the show's over, people are going to sit there and they stand around and they sit there and they talk to me.
You get to shoot the shit a little
and
bit
then I can
afterwards, yeah.
show them other like stupid stuff that I couldn't show them like on a stage or anything like
Right.
that.
So you pull your pants down. is what you're
Yeah,
telling me.
no, absolutely. and then,
Make that magic happen.
It's magic hour. You never know when it gets late.
Amanda looks out from behind me and she's just like, she better be high.
So here we are. Let's wrap up episode 49. It's been nothing. I mean, we could sit here and talk to Bryce all night.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great.
So let's wrap up. This has been a great episode. Make sure you make it out to BarCode for their shows every other Wednesday.
Absolutely.
And then make sure you make it out to Kirby's for anything the fuck that's going on there.
Absolutely. Fuck off,
And
Curtis.
give us a bunch of free shirts. Basically is what we
Yeah.
care about.
So-
And we need subscribers. Like, you guys are lazy as fuck. We got 3,000, 4,000 plus fans. We can't get you to come over and click on our Facebook
I
page.
need 30 subscribers.
You need 30 more.
Satellite in a couple
YouTube,
weeks,
get in there.
man.
Get in there. And,
That's all I need.
By episode
30.
420, if you're not there, we will go on a murderous spree amongst the town.
Oh, yes.
And everyone that
Yeah,
is a
you show me
subscriber,
your phone. You're
and you
free.
subscribe, you're safe.
You're safe.
You're safe.
You're safe. I mean, but that AR will get you because we're gunning them down if you don't subscribe.
Going door to door.
Door
to door.
Door to door. That would we're fucking flat like doing a canvassing podcast with the ARs. Okay, sorry.
Can I tell
this
you
is getting
about
ridiculous.
Aaron and Austin's podcast, please? Just give me a moment.
I'm gonna watch you subscribe.
If you
like,
don't
Jesus.
smash
Jesus.
that button,
Jesus, they are serious about it.
Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah, but seriously, this
Do you
has been
have
nothing
your
but a
phone?
fucking fun-ass episode. And well, thank you, Bryce, for coming in. And let's wrap this motherfucker.
no, thank you. This was super fun. I love
Song.
this.
Run that shit.